Hey everyone, welcome to the 404, keeping you entertained while we game. Except we aren't gaming this week, it's just me on the couch. The rest of the crew is here behind the scenes making sure that all of this works.
Hey! Hey.
That wasn't awkward. If you don't know already, this week we are playing Dota 2. It's my birthday and Christmas present all in one. I've been waiting for this since we started the 404. Just so that you guys don't have to suffer through us trying to play Dota, we've got two teams of guys who actually know what's going on to play for you. We're going to have a look at the teams later. We're also going to chat to the players throughout the game so that you guys can get some insight into what's happening. Joining me on the entertainment side, keeping you guys up to date on the play-by-play, we have our casters here, Captain Von Black and KC. Welcome guys, thank you so much for being here.
And boy, are we happy to be here. Team Exdee taking on Nibble, Hoarde. It should be a cracker. Are you excited, Mr. Captain?
I'm very excited. Always great to see top South African Dota teams go head-to-head. So let's get this cracking.
For sure. And this is like a game between two relatively big teams, but it's an exhibition match at the end of the day. So we just want to have fun. We want to see things going down. We'll pull the players in. It's going to be a good one for sure.
Fantastic. So for everyone who's watching at home, we're going to kind of have different people watching the stream. We're going to have the Dota fans who know what's going on, who play Dota, who watch the games. And we're also going to have a lot of guys and girls who maybe haven't ever played Dota, haven't even seen Dota. So the idea behind this stream is to, yes, get into the technical side of Dota. As you guys know, it's a very complex game. But we also want to try and break it down and keep it simple in places for the people who are experiencing this for the first time. So if you guys don't mind, could you just give us a very quick overview of what Dota actually is?
So the game of Dota 2, essentially stripped down to its bare parts, is two teams of 5 players competing against each other on one map, and the objective is to destroy the other person's base.
Yeah, it's like an elaborate game of capture the flag. You know, 5 players versus 5 players. You've got 3 lanes, 2 people in each lane, and 1v1 in the mid lane. And the objective of the game is to destroy the enemy's base first, right? Who can get that flag first? And it's like you have teams sitting there doing all these kinds of things, but we'll get more into it once we're in the game. You guys talking about everything, so you'll have more or less an idea what's going on, you know?
Fantastic. Hello to our regulars. Hey Yamikani, we see you there in the comments. Hey Kelly, always there. If you guys want to ask any questions, feel free to comment them on Facebook or YouTube. Obviously I want to let the casters do their thing, that's what they're here for, but I'm going to try and every now and then just to pitch them some of your questions so that we can give you guys an idea of what's going on. So if you have questions, feel free to post them and we'll do our best to answer them. Right, I think let's jump into the game. What we're going to do before we actually start is we're going to just take a look at the lineups of the teams. So I'll hand over to our casters and take it away, guys. Enjoy.
Sure, thank you, Dylan.
Sure. You actually know a lot about this Nibble team, Mr. Von Black. You were part of this team at some point.
Well, not this team exactly, but one of the less as good teams.
Yeah,
I suppose.
Yeah. Part of the MGO as a whole,
MGO
you know?
as a whole, you know, just throw my name in there. But Nibble Hoarde, one of the up-and-coming rising Dota 2 teams in the country. And I know Exdee have been up in the top for, well, quite a few years now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, for sure. So you got some blood there in the Nibble brand.
Kieran Bester, Omen, position 1. So he is a core player, the carry for the team. Look at that lavish hair just flowing down like a L'Oreal advert.
If he ain't carry as good as he looks after his hair, then Nibble ain't for a good game.
They won't have a problem to worry about. But yeah, moving on to their position 2, which is David Wonder Rahme.
Oh, that's my boy.
Yeah, our boy. One of the younger players in both of the squads, only at the age of 19. But he has been playing, I think he made his debut last year at the DGC, playing for... Oh, what was that team again?
It was Ventus White. You see, yes, I actually put him in team with who was running that team?
It was the old bully. No, he's not old bully, but he's an older chap, man. Vivid.
Yes. I put he was looking for a player at that time, so I sent him a message and I was like, yeah, we're looking for a player. I'm like, I know a guy. And I had to put David Rockme through. He had a rough tournament for his first tournament, but he also had good moments, you know. But he's grown a lot since then. I will say that for sure.
Incredibly dynamic mid player. The position 3, or the off laner for Nibble Hoarde, is Marius Drop Dead de Cock, and he's quite a scary looking man in the photo, but I gotta say he's got the heart of a lion, especially when he plays. Nibble offlaners have they seem to follow the same idea of that they're incredibly aggressive, like to kill things early, and just don't back down from a fight.
That's offlaners in general, man. They just want to run and do things all the time.
Dagan Bester, Bolter Pro, he got moved up from the Nibble Academy. Used to play for Nibble Invicta. And he has been picked up by Hoarde now, which is the top team in the organization. Very good position 4, knows how to make a lot of space and how to work those gaps on the map in the early stages of the game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we transition from like the lower divisions now to like Prem to Masters level. It could be a good transition. A lot of people struggle, but I have faith, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's playing with the big dogs now, so he's going to put out. And their captain, finally, Yandre Harten, position 5. He is the captain.
His surname?
Oh, I messed it up yesterday, so I didn't want to do it. Valkhamut, sorry.
I think it sounds right, but you know, I'm not the best judge of that.
You know, good position 5, one of the staples of the team. He's been there for years now, and I don't think he is the drafter per se, but he's definitely the shot caller.
All right, he's got that strong puppy sort of pose
strong
there,
puppy
you know.
look, you know, just that hairstyle.
Captain of the team.
Killing it, coming over. And Exdee, I think these are more you know some of these guys fairly well there, Camille.
Yeah. They carry players now. Mr. Hullabaloo, recent addition for the team, sort of like an unknown guy in the scene. Exdee brought him in, kind of their mentality to bring up these young guys and train them up. So he doesn't have a picture, shockingly, but it's all good. And I'm curious to see how he performs tonight. He has been in the team for quite a while now, about 2-3 months, but it's still like relatively short. New to the team, right?
No, that black smudge.
That black smudge.
You know, admin, guys, very important to get your admin sorted.
The second player we have to talk about is Mr. Cloud, the coined Mbappe of Team Exdee. You know, the carry, the man who does it all. In fact, the position 3 that comes up now, Mr. Levi, he used to draft for them, like at the Ballistics tournament earlier, like last month. But now it looks like Cloud might be drafting again. I'm not 100% sure, but whether he's drafting or not, he makes all the shot calls. Levi, old player, he played in the Masters last year for Team Mythic. They played in they played in the Masters LAN. I thought he played really well there, but he kind of got booted from that team. But now he's found himself in a better home here in XD.
Well, let's see if he's settled in quite nicely. Offlane versus offlane. The position 4 for XD. Position 4 for XD, Caleb Doom Bunny Semple. Young age of 22, so I think, unfortunately, Wanda and Levi are the youngest players, both being the age of 19. But with age does come experience. And how much experience does this man have?
This man has abundance of experience. Doom Bunny played in the XTC squad last year. He made 3 finals in the year, he lost all of them to White Rabbit Gaming, but everybody lost to White Rabbit Gaming. They were, I would say, undoubtedly the second best team in the year. He has taken a break from Dota this year, but now he's come back as the super sub for Team XD.
And Anton Fury de Villiers with that scarf.
Talking about good hair, there's a Fury trying to challenge Kieran there for the role of the L'Oreal advert.
L'Oreal advert, yeah. Omen better be careful. But let's hope that he plays as Dota as well as he dresses. So
yeah, I think he looks more furry than Fury, you know?
Yeah, looks much more furry than Fury. Much more. These 2 teams got a great track record.
For sure. He's been in the XD team like for more than a year now. His brother used to play as well. His name Hunter was an infamous player in the SA Dota 2 community for a while. A really funny guy in my opinion. I used to love him, but sadly he stepped down from the XD team. He's kind of a retired boy now.
Retired, but he still he pops his head up on social media every now and then. Just throws them in.
Keeps us company in the WhatsApp group.
You probably heard us discussing the draft. Camille did mention that some of the players for each team will be the main drafters when the game comes to. So Dota 2 is divided into various, I suppose, game modes you'd call it. So all pick is the general way. There's 110 heroes in Dota 2, and in all pick you can pick anyone you want, whatever. But with captain's mode, which is the go-to preferred standard for professional gaming, each team is allowed to ban 6 heroes and to pick 5 heroes. And obviously a banned hero means that neither team can pick it, and we're probably going to go right into that. And obviously just give a shout out to our sponsors for each team. So MSI picking up from Hoarde side, and Cougar Gaming will be sponsoring XD.
Cougar Gaming and Mr. Reddit himself, you know, the man, the myth, the legend, keeping that XD team up, alive and ready. So our game rather, will be kicking off shortly. So coming into this game, before the draft comes out or anything, you the Nibble boy, I'm the XD boy.
Yeah, so we got 2 different sides.
You know, we got bias on both ends, but we are different teams, so it's all good, you know?
It's all good. Draft going on. So as you can see on the left-hand side, those are the bans. Each team is allowed to choose 3 bans, and then 3 bans, and then they pick 2 heroes each. Further on to 2 bans, etc., as you will see. And as I said, those heroes are completely removed from the 110 hero pool. Neither team can pick those. So it really molds the game, or each game differently. Each game is a different scenario, you know, in Dota 2.
Yeah,
you hardly get the same game twice.
100%. I don't think you can play the same game of Dota twice. Even if it's 10 identical heroes in the same game, the way teams will play it will always be different. The game's always changing, always evolving. That's the great thing about Dota. Now, these 4 bans are quite interesting as a whole, because these are like 4 very popular heroes right now. All the people who are watching Dota and been following the international, you see these Wraith Kings, these Ursas, these Enchantresses, have all been like these quote-unquote broken heroes. You know, nobody wants to play against them because they're so strong. So good bans from both these teams so far, I would say.
Solid stuff, so nothing out of the ordinary.
Not really. Hey, like also some people would debate leaving it in the first phase or not, but I think it's a very worthy first phase ban. If you don't want to play against it, just don't play against it. It's an angry bear. That's
an angry bear.
That's a fury bear.
No one likes getting hit by a bear over the back of the head. That's
yeah.
definitely one of my top things to do. First pick will be done by Exdee. Cloud is drafting for them.
Ooh, they go for an Earth Spirit. So not a very popular hero, like in terms of getting played in SA, because probably one of the most high skill cap heroes in the game of Dota as a whole. But it's a very fun hero if people can play it and it goes well, you know?
I mean, what makes him difficult? It's more the... I'm guessing it's probably... it's not a hero that you can click and say, okay, do this. You got to aim.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Another example from this draft, right, is a Vengeful Spirit. The first ability, it's a stun. You click Q, you click it on somebody. It's not a skill shot, nothing like that. But Earth Spirit always moves a skill shot. You have to be like super good on your positioning. You need to know your limits of your heroes. You need to know the limits of your enemy heroes you're trying to kill. So it's a very elaborate hero in that sense.
And Undying, a very popular pick for Hoarde. They do tend to run this guy on position 4, so probably going to be picked up by Bolter Pro.
Yeah. I like the opening from Nibble Hoarde as well. It's a lot of team fight just here from the get-go. Undying, the Tombstone, horrible ability to fight into the Phoenix, his ulti, Supernova, like just controls team fights all as a whole. But I think maybe the one weakness Nibble Hoarde have is that they've got like 2 supports right at the start. So, you know, you don't have counter picks in your support picks later on in the draft. But it could be an offlane Phoenix as well. You never know. It's a bit of an open pick, but most likely a support, I would say.
Most likely a support. Where if Undying's name doesn't give it away, he's a dead guy that raises zombies on the map, which is pretty cool to watch. And Gyrocopter, he's a fun pick. He's like a little midget, I'd say, if that's alright. A little dwarf sitting in a helicopter and shooting things, you know.
You're
like
not doing Gyro justice
he's
here,
like, he's like a Black Hawk Down sort of, you know.
Yeah, kind of. That's more like it. It's an angry helicopter running around. It's actually more a chirpy helicopter, but if you play against him, it's not fun. Lots of magical damage in the early game. He scales well into physical damage later on. It's good team fight. It can be a bit weak or pressured in the laning phase of the game, but all in all, Gyros are all time in Dota has been like a solid carry hero. You hardly ever get a patch where you're like, oh no, Gyrocopter, that's a rubbish hero. We don't want him, you know?
Now we want him back in. Third pick for Nibble Hoarde will be chosen shortly.
All right, you're a Nibble boy. Predict a third pick.
Sure.
One black. Give us some insight here, the inside man.
Well, honestly enough, I think they used to like to run Axe. Obviously, Drop Dead being the new offlaner, I think they're going to take their offlane pick now, most likely. I don't know, you said the Phoenix was the...
Yeah, I would think it's a position 4 or 5.
Position 4 or 5. I think this will be the offlane. No, it's the carry.
Ooh, it's the Spectre. So another very popular pick at the moment. Spectre's like a unique hero in its own right? Its ulti summons illusions all around the map to all the enemy heroes. It can TP to all those illusions and just start fighting. Its one weakness is it takes a while to come on in the game, but once it gets there, it's like the end-all and be-all of like late game carries, you know? That strong guy coming through and just decimating everybody.
So to explain what we mean when we're going to say it a lot, ultis or ultimates in this game. So to break down why Dota 2 is why this drafting is incredibly important to make sure that all your 5 heroes work together incredibly well. Each hero has a minimum of 4 abilities that you as the player can choose to cast and when to cast it. And their final ability that they unlock at later stages is called the ultimate, or the ulti as we will refer to. And Spectre's ulti is to make copies of herself on all the enemy heroes on the map, and then she can choose which one she wants to jump to and then go kill that guy.
So we see 2 different approaches to this game so far, right? We got a lot of team fight coming out from Nibble Hoarde and Exdee taking a much stronger approach to the laning phase. You got this Ogre Magi. You got Earth Spirit, you got Gyrocopter. So it's like Earth Spirit wants to be going around making kills across the whole map. Gyrocopter just want to sit in lane and farm. And Ogre, he's just that guy you plant in the lane and you keep your cores safe, right? He's just one of those supports that enables your cores late games. But early game, he's just like that shield, you know, this giant meat shield running around with his club.
He doesn't look too intelligent, let's be real.
For sure, but you try hit him and he hits you back.
He hits you back really hard. CM, is that a denied pick? I know you mentioned Fury loves to play this hero.
That is Fury's #1 hero, I would say, with the Warlock and the Silencer, so those 3 tied up together. Now, because the main pick is interesting, because it does push the Phoenix to the offlane, so I was wrong about how they're setting up the game, you know? I act like an expert, but I don't know everything. You know?
So I can offer some insight there. Drop Dead is a beast of a Phoenix player.
Is he?
Oh,
okay, so this is one of his top heroes. Yeah, he's got it down here. All right, Cheese Grater just throwing in some words of wisdom from the sidelines.
Centaur Warrunner comes out as well. You want to give the guys a run through of how that hero functions, Mr. Von Black?
Centaur Warrunner basically just absorbs damage. He has a passive ability, which is one of his abilities. So passive meaning that it will always work unless Oh, this will get complex. So there's some items and stuff that can. But anyway, it's an ability that always works.
It's an ability that you level and it just works. You don't have to press it or do anything. It just it's like there. Like I'm wearing a bulletproof vest. It's a passive ability. I don't have to go and shoot the vest or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. But his passive means that any damage he takes, he reflects it back at the source.
Yeah.
Pretty nasty. He's got a good stun. So stuns probably been one of the stronger or more. How would you describe it? Not stronger abilities.
90% of games in Dota 2 will need a stun. It's like your form of crowd control. You keep somebody locked down when you can wail on them, cast your abilities, that kind of stuff. And that's exactly what Central War Runner does. He enables your team in team fight. He usually buys a blink dagger, jumps in, gets his stun on a couple of heroes. 2 or more heroes is like the perfect scenario. He has a team fight ultimate that you can disengage. You activate it. Everybody gets like full movement speed and they can just run away at a super fast pace. It's a really cool hero. Not the most favorite hero at the moment, but in the right game, in the right time, Central War Runner is a very viable pick, I think.
So obviously with these 5 heroes, the aim is to put them, they've got to split them into 3 different lanes, which we'll see when we get into the game. And currently the meta or the...
Yeah, the meta.
Would you say, meta, is that the right way to describe it?
It is the right way to describe it. Yeah.
Okay, so just the meta at the moment is you got usually duo lanes. So 2 heroes together in the top lane, 2 heroes together in the bottom lane, and then the classic 1 versus 1 in the mid lane.
Yeah, the egotistical role, Yeah,
we'll the ego, that's...
Cloud versus Wonder there.
That's always going to be lit. You find your mid players are more...
vocal guys.
Vocal,
these guys with all the fast fingers, the skin intensive players go mid, And they hog the courier the whole game as well.
The guys who weren't good at school sports, they're good at mid. Okay.
Mids are kind of like the jocks in Dota,
They are the jocks in Dota,
Supports are like the nerds. They study hard. You let them
they
copy
do all the
the
homework. Copy their homework, whatnot. Storm Spirit, he's always fun to watch.
Storm Spirit is a nice hero in many ways, right? It has its one weakness that it can struggle in the laning phase against some certain matchups, but past the laning stage, once it gets its like 1 or 2 first items, the core items it needs, it can just snowball off the map. You can just kill heroes left, right, and center, and it just becomes this unstoppable force that you can never lock down because his ultimate, his ability called Electric Vortex, and he can zip from one place to another place like super fast. It does damage. You can't touch him during it. He becomes invulnerable. So Storm Spirit, super strong hero in that regard.
For any Mortal Kombat players, it's basically like playing Raiden. Essentially. A lot of fun. Final pick for Hoarde.
I would like to see Hoarde pick something here for Wonder that can
what's left in the
counter
pool?
the storm in the mid lane.
So we've seen Voka's been banned, Mirana's been banned, TA's been banned, Necro's been banned.
A lot of like the strong laners have been taken out. I mean, okay.
What would you play against a Storm Spirit?
Oh, let me think. A Necro would have been really nice. Bloodseeker is not that great. Oh, they can get away with... Okay, Alchemist not really necessary. You have a Spectre. Maybe Queen of Pain is pretty good. Lanes quite well against Storm Spirit. It's not an easy lane if you play correctly. But I don't know. A hero that Wonder would like to play against it. I'm not sure. His Invoker is one of... Oh!
Invoker's bad.
I thought about the hero. Lina. He likes Lina a lot. Strong laner. Beats Storm.
Well, let's have a look. It's going to be the Lina.
I'm the prophet, baby.
Call me a chick on the money, hey. On the money.
No, but it's just one of his favorite heroes, right? It just suits his playstyle. It's a mid hero that can scale and carry in the game. It's strong in the lane. And yeah, it's just a good hero in this game, I think. And when you have a Crystal Maiden, its spam in the lane just becomes ridiculous. So it becomes a strong laning hero that becomes even stronger.
So just, obviously, as we said, heroes will be decided which lanes they go to, but it's pretty standard. Some heroes, you know where they're going to go. So we know that Storm Spirit, which has been played by Cloud, will be going mid lane against Wonder, who's playing Lina. It's just a given.
For sure.
Sometimes they switch it up, but not often.
Yeah, I think how the lanes will go, I'm just going to guess here. We'll see it in like about 5 minutes, but it'll probably be Wonder versus Cloud in the mid lane, Storm versus Lina. Top lane will be Spectre and Undying up against Ogre Magi. Centaur and Earth Spirit, and then bottom lane would be Ogre Maggie versus and Gyrocopter versus Phoenix and Undying.
We'll show you the lanes as we get into
and
this
Crystal
game.
Maiden.
Spectre and Crystal Maiden.
Okay, cool. What we're going to do now is we're going to have a chat to the captains.
All right.
So who are you giving us first there, Darren?
I think let's go for Hoarde.
Okay,
Hoarde, bring him in. Hoarde, you there, friend?
Hoarde is here.
The man, the myth, the legend. So what do you think about this draft so far? You think you set up your mid player, Mr. Wonder, to take over this game and carry?
Oh yes. One thing you'll see is that Lina is really good against Storm in lane. He deals with him pretty well. Later on, we're probably going to struggle a bit because we don't really have anything to catch him later on. But otherwise, I really think this game is in the bag.
I'll give you a hint. Tell your Spectre to go Manta Diffusal build this game against the Storm Spirit.
There we go. You
No,
got
but
the
you
point.
never-
That
hear
is a
that
good
from me,
idea.
alright?
I will take that idea.
All right, thank you very much, Hoarde. And we're going to move on to the next captain from Exdee, Cloud.
Cloud, my man, you there, sir?
Yo, yeah,
All right,
yeah.
you're playing up against Alina with the Crystal Maiden Aura mid. How are you feeling about the matchup? You think you'll come out all right?
Yeah, it's fine. It's not a hard matchup.
Oh, some confidence there. So you think you're going to beat Wonder mid?
Probably not, but it's just like Storm Spirit's not known for winning lane. Storm
Right,
Spirit's
right,
known
right.
for jungling.
What's your team's strategy here? I mean, I'm assuming Earth Spirit's going to probably try move around the map rather early as opposed to just sitting in his lane.
First now we're scouting out lanes to see
Okay.
where they are going.
What's
And
your estimate?
They're probably gonna send Spectre plus CM bottom, or because they want to, unless they use Undying to protect the Spectre. But we are expecting CM plus Spectre bottom when we want Gyro plus Ogre to lane up versus them. It's a lane favor towards us. We want Centaur in our safe lane because it's a shorter lane to the tower. So then he'll actually get experience in that lane. And our whole goal is not really to shut down Spectre. It's just to get, like, we want to get our Gyro's ball rolling right before he hits Blade Mail timing.
That's really cool take on it. I think.
Yeah, it's pretty fresh.
Yeah, it's a good depending on how it goes. Good luck in the game though, Mr. Cloud. We'll see how the mid lane goes. I'm backing my boy Wonder here, huh? I'm kidding.
I'll probably do quite well because I'll probably end up jungling at like level 3, 4.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
all right.
for
You know, it
sure.
could be worse things to happen, eh?
That's what Storm's got to do, you know.
Dude, we were expecting Ascot kick again.
For those of you who are wondering, last night in the sort of test stream for this game, there was a Husker getting picked, and I mean Nibble didn't send it mid, which was shocking to
Yeah,
me.
it was odd.
But hey,
I gotta
Cloud
say
is
that.
happy about it.
They wanted to send it into the DK's lane though.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Anyway,
Then-
well, there's a lot of abbreviations we're using here. We probably have to we'll explain everything as we go along. But anyway, Cloud, I think we'll leave you back to your team. And good luck.
sir. Good luck.
So let's just explain. So while we wait, this game is paused. This does happen every now and then. But if we look at the bottom left-hand side of your screen, you'll see a tiny little rectangle. That is the mini map. So that is the whole game, the whole map of the game, squeezed into this little. I'm not going to count pixels, but into this much more smaller square version. And as Sir Action Slacks said it, it's basically your GPS for violence, or your Tinder for violence, or some such line like that. So we were talking about lanes earlier, and if you look closely at the map, you'll see that at the top left there, it goes in like an L shape. There's two heroes there. We see their little faces, very cute, and that is the top lane. Obviously, because it's in the top part of the map. Then your mid lane is crossing diagonally from bottom left to top right, and the bottom lane is going from bottom to top in an L shape. So those are the lanes we'll be talking about. And this is for the first, what would you say? 11, you were saying 11, 12
11 minutes, I would say, is like the standard.
11 minutes. This is where the heroes were probably going to stick there for a very long period of time, and they're just going to fight each other out and try to farm up as much as they can.
All right. So David has just rejoined the game. Oh, sorry, Wanda rather, and he says he's back live and ready. So the game will be underway. You're going to see my settings menu come up for a second, but that's just because I'm bad and I forgot to do this before the game. Sorry.
Settings
All right, we're
are
back.
probably the coolest aspect of this game.
That's your favorite thing about
That's
Dota,
my favorite
Captain.
thing, just changing settings. Really, like, it's easier than playing the game, I'll be honest.
All right. So it looks like Cloud did predict the lanes correctly. It is the CM plus the Crystal Maiden. The Crystal Maiden plus the Spectre going bottom. I don't know if I like the way they're setting up this lane. I think you needed to send Undying against this. Oh, I'm sure they'll move the Undying at some point to contest this lane, but it's not an easy lane for the Spectre with 3 heroes making their way downtown.
So when we select a hero, we do see that as they have. So each hero has. So as we're looking at Ogre, Magi,
Up to
tomato,
you.
tomato, whatever. But each one has a inventory on the right-hand side of their screen there that Carmel is busy going over, and those are the items that each hero has. They buy them. This game is a capitalist game. It's all about making more money than your enemy does, and then spending that money on buying nice items to make you stronger than your enemy, and therefore beat them as the game goes on. So, farming, as we mentioned earlier, is the process of, well, you see these little guys running down the map. So Storm Spirit, who's the hero there, played by Cloud, he's trying to block these little red guys who are just running hellbound for the mid lane for the enemy. And there's some green guys as well, and those are called creeps. No one knows why they're called that. They're really not that creepy. They're just called creeps. But you'll see that when when a hero manages to get the last hit on one, amount of gold goes in their direction. So the way to get gold in this game is to kill creeps. And the more gold you get, the stronger you get. And if you dedicate yourself to just hitting creeps for a period of time, that is called farming. As you can imagine, increasing the amount of gold that you get, you're hitting creeps, you're farming. So you will hear us probably mention that later on. But we are getting a little bit of harass from this Undying.
Yeah, these two supports just chasing each other around the map here. Undying going to win the better of that trade and send the Earth Spirit on his way, TPing out of there. But yeah, kind of in the first 10 minutes of the game, you don't hit as much creeps as you possibly can before you get into the action, start battling each other up. And that's what these the lanes are for, right? You're just contesting who can get more creeps where and when.
And those big buildings that you saw. First
blood comes out. We see Gyrocopter going to claim that, killing off Hoarde on the Crystal Maiden. So that's a good start for the side of Exdee here in this aggressive tri-lane.
Fury taking a lot of harass.
He might be in trouble. The typical feeder for Exdee, but Doombuddy comes in. He gets 2 heroes here in the roll. Can he make it out though? It might cost him his life. He's probably going to go down here. One more hit from the Spectre should do the trick, but Balta Pro, rather than Undying, going to pick up that kill.
Undying getting the kill. So we see a lot of colourful things being thrown out, and those are these spells that each hero has available to them. As we said, there's a minimum of 4. And there is a lot to look at, but our job as casters is to try and break it down for you and explain what is going on. Well, as best as we can, I do suppose, Camille.
Yeah, we're doing the best as we can. Fury going to TP out there. So he was under threat, used his teleport scroll to get back to his tower, not his base in this case. So he can still stay in the lane and keep his gyrocopter protected.
Can we just have a look at those towers quick to explain when we say you got to destroy? So the aim of the game is to destroy these buildings. There's a series of these. There are 12 for each team. As we go up, so there's the second tower, then there's the third tower, and then the 2 buildings behind it are called barrackses. And those are where those little green guys, those little coloured guys spawn from. That's where they made. And you see that, yeah, they just spawn there. They spawn every 30 seconds, and they just run hellbound to their deaths.
But here's the big objective.
That's the Ancient. So Dota 2, Defense of the Ancients 2, pretty self-explanatory. You got to defend your Ancient, which is the big glowing thing on each side of the map. So that is the Dire side, the top side, and the bottom is the Radiant, all nice and colourful and pretty. Yeah.
For sure. So the first team to kill the enemy Ancient is the team that wins the game, but now Doombuddy, he wants to kill the enemy mid. Walking here, getting a decent amount of harass, but I don't think it's actually any opportunity to kill Storm Spirit, not the most active hero in terms of just killing enemy heroes before he's level 6, before he gets his ultimate. And actually, Cloud, he said he's working to break even in this lane, but he's actually winning the lane 16-5 in CS, and he's just showing off his star prowess right now.
CS being creep score.
Creep score, yes.
Yeah, top. On the left-hand side, Camille has the menu down, and that is the amount of last hits, as we said, how you farm, how many creeps those heroes have killed. So Storm Spirit has killed 16 creeps, and he's denied 5. So you can sort of help your creeps assist in suicide.
Is that the way to pick up another kill? The kill, actually, kills going across around the map, both top lane and bottom lane. Heroes for the side of Nibble are going to die. They're trying to look for some return kill here on Fury, but not going to find anything for the moment.
Yeah, I think that Ogre, as we said, very tanky. Just a big guy.
But now they want to make a move here on Hullabaloo. They get off a decent amount of harass onto the gyrocopter, but it looks like he'll be okay in the end. And the start of this laning phase is going great for Exdee. They got 3 out of their, all 3 of their cores are sitting on the top of the creep score charts.
And it's interesting because Harton said that Lina should be beating the Storm Spirit mid lane.
I mean, technically that's how the matchup should work, but that's why the mid lane is like the skill intensive lane, right? Because that's where if you're more mechanically skilled than your opponent, if you like outmaneuver them, outskill them, like just have a cheeky play you can make, you can just win the lane, even though the matchup is not favored. And bottom lane, they kill the gyrocopter. They're going for more. Your Fury going to be in trouble as well. They're getting a couple of stacks of DK. Harton, he's going to have a slow in a second, but this Ogre Manager, not the easiest hero to bring down. Get off the slow from the Spectre. Spectral Dagger going on. One more hit should secure the kill, but Balta Pro going to pick up the kill again. It's better that your Spectre would get those kills usually, but in this case, you take what you can get, right?
I think having your Undying snowball also early is pretty nice, you know.
Yeah, for sure. You know, these supports, they deserve some kills too every now and again. Sometimes.
When they're feeling it. When they're feeling
Not a good one.
Not a good
but a core player nonetheless.
He does the stuff. He does the stuff.
Doombuddy making the roll over here. He's going to pick up something called the Bounty Rune. Now, talking about the capitalist system and the gold, those runes give a lot of gold to your whole team now, in fact.
It's like money handouts. They pop up every 5 minutes, and the first person to get them goes and buys themselves a nice new Ferrari.
Bottom lane, it's still going down. Balta Pro might be in trouble. He has a decay in a second. Can he catch both heroes though? It would be a big one. He actually misses his decay. He might be in trouble. It just went on 1 actually. He's still okay. He's getting slowed up by the Ogre Magic. Now both these supports this Ogre plus Undying are like the two beefiest heroes in the laning phase. Like, nobody wants to fight into these two heroes.
You see, they're just big guys, and they just take a lot of damage. They soak up a lot of damage.
For sure. Late game Spectre will be like, yeah, come at me, Ogre, bro. But at this point in the game, it's not fun, man. And top lane, these two off lane are still juking it out.
Ooh, was that intentional? That was pretty snicky. Is he going to go buy something? I think he is.
He wants to make the trip to the shop. He's actually going to TP back to his shrine. Going to heal up here. You click this thing, available every 3 or so minutes. Actually, much longer. Every 300 seconds.
Can we bring in Drop Dead? I'd love to give him a chat.
Oh, Drop Dead. Get the inside scoop there.
Yeah, I'll get what's going on in this lane. Drop Dead, Marius?
Hey, Centron's a big guy, man.
Big scary guy, bro. I think
I'm a bird, but hey, dude,
you're the
birds
bird.
fly,
Well, how's this, so what's your angle with this Centaur? Because obviously you can take a lot of harass and...
Yeah, so I'm just trying to really not right-click him, get some magic damage on him, burn him down, and when my supernova comes up, hopefully smack him.
Hopefully.
That's the plan. And obviously, I mean, are you happy to let your Undying just run around the map at the moment? It does seem like he is needed. So I guess it is a 1v1.
I mean, I'd rather let our spec get some farm, because Phoenix will come up, irrespective. So for me, it's fine.
Yeah, your ability, I mean, your hero, you just need to cast your spells and you're good to go.
Exactly.
Your team can still win the game. Thank you.
You're level 6 now.
Oh, he's got it. Good luck, my friend.
Plays. He's going for it as we say it. Egg being used, but Levi, he's just going to walk himself back.
TP out. It's all good. He goes the lane, I guess, for a moment, 100 seconds.
Hoping he sticks around.
Well, anyway, Drop Dead, we'll leave you to that, so thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Can we have our player
No, you
back?
can't, Hoarde. He's all hours now.
He was doing cool things with the eggs. So you saw Phoenix turned into that glowing sphere. That is his ultimate. That is called the...
Talking about ultimate center, Warren are going to pop his. They're trying to make the play for Drop Dead. He used his Phoenix dive already, so he's going to be in trouble. Can they get the stun here from Mr. Levi? They get off the slow from the Earth Spirit, but I don't think it's enough to bring down. And as I say that, Stone Spirit, he zips in. One more hit should do the trick, and they bring down the Phoenix. Cloud getting his first kill of the game here on the Storm Spirit.
And you see they're nicely just zipping in, zipping out, finding his time. And that's what you've got to be doing as a core player. You got to find those kills. You've got to make the kills for yourself.
Yeah, as much as sitting in the lane and farming helps you, if you can rotate at the right times, get the kills when you need them, it can really accelerate you in the game.
Bottom lane, still lots of stuff going on. They're going to go into Hoarde here.
Hoarde taking a decent amount of damage, but now, Hullabaloo might be caught. Spectre gets off the dagger. Actually, missed there. No, did it? No, it did hit. But Hoarde going to go down in the end. Fury going to get traded with a bit, but that's fine for the side of Exdee. If they're getting a kill on the Crystal Maiden, they core makes it out of it. It's all good. And now, looks like Cloud making a rotation down bottom as well. He wants blood. He wants the Spectre.
So we call these ganks.
Yeah.
A gank in this game is when one or more heroes leaves their lane to go to another lane to try kill the other people in that lane. It's all about killing this game, basically.
Found out recently, gank is abbreviation. Group up and kill.
Makes
sense, right? It's like a random word, but it's just
group up and kill.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. So I don't know where Cloud is now.
Oh, he's just farming creeps, man. He's got an Arcane Ruin doing his thing. But this is like still good. You're forcing the Spectre to just hug his tower. He's going to get a decent amount of creeps here, so it's all good in the end for the side of Nibble Hoarde. They didn't drop their Spectre. Cloud wasted rotation for him, and in that time, David Wonder caught up with the Storm Spirit. Only 200 net worth behind in that rotation, so definitely a big win for him.
Net worth being what they take the... So this game looks very much like any average RPG does, is in that when you want to level up as a hero, you need to get XP. And to get XP is come by killing creeps or killing heroes, or that's about it.
Yeah, for
killing
sure.
things.
Talking about people getting killed, looks like a lot of heroes gathering down bottom. They want to do something, but okay, no. This is Mexican standoff going on right now. Nobody wants to do anything. They thought they wanted to do something.
It's difficult. Like, I mean, Undying and Ogre, those are just two guys that stop you. You got to be very careful when you choose to go in.
Top lane, the Phoenix Supernova got used again and again to no avail. I mean, she almost got Cloud here. Super close.
Sure. And he doesn't actually have... Well, he's got some regen.
He'll be fine. I mean, I think if he's forced back home at the price of a Supernova, it's okay. Because like you're using enemies or offlaner's ultimate to just like zone you out basically.
What is the cooldown on Supernova?
It's like 110 seconds.
110 seconds.
Am I right? 100% right.
Nailed it.
What a
Nailed
player.
it. This is why he gets paid the big bucks. Just gets it straight down. So we're coming up to the 11-minute mark, and this is where Carmiel predicts that the players will start loosening up. They'll probably leave their lanes a bit more. Some of their major items will come up. Top lane, though.
Dubani making the rotation here. They're trying to bring down the bird. There's the silence coming out from Dubani. He's going to roll in. Is he going to catch on anybody? No, he won't. And now the Firebird jumping back in. Can Phoenix do this? No, he can't. Hearten also making the rotation, trying to make the moves. There's Omen jumping forward on the Spectre. Can he bring down Dubani? Levi getting caught as well, but these are not the easiest heroes to bring down. It's a big commitment from the side of Nibble, but can they get something from it? Omen, a couple more hits to bring down Levi. One more shot. Couldn't do the trick, and Spectre going to score himself his second kill of the game. They're looking for Dubani. They find him as well. Can they burst him down? They get off the freeze. Hearten, please, no!
Close.
So close.
Like I say, lovely slow from Hearten there, just on the center at the end there. Nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Crystal Nova.
Securing the kill there, you know?
Yeah, securing the kill, just helping him out. Mid lane, so
bottom lane, Hullabaloo doing his thing, but he might just pay the price for it. Drop dead, gonna get a return kill there. At the cost of undying, he brings down the gyrocopter there. That's definitely a worthy trade for the side of Nibble, and now they're going for Fury here as well. Can David get off a stun here? Wonder looking for it. It's gonna miss. Just an inch off, but that's a good sidestep from Fury, and here's the tips coming off. The good old BM.
It is the good tipping, good banter.
That was well played from Fury, though. You know, it's a good sidestep.
Little cheeky, very cheeky.
Not often I compliment to Fury.
Yeah, and as you said, 11 minutes, and now like the lanes have completely switched.
Mid laners leaving, bot laners going top to try and make things happen, and that's Dota for you. You can't just sit in the lane and passively farm the whole game, you know?
No, you need to go see some action, and hopefully we'll be seeing these teams group up in a 5-man unit soon and just running at each other, you know?
I mean, I do enjoy PvE Dota sometimes, just sitting in the jungle hitting creeps, but if you want to win games, you're gonna leave. You gotta leave your safe lane sometime.
You gotta put out to get out, you know what I'm saying? You gotta put out to get out.
Stormspirit sees a regen here, and now, so you want to touch on runes a bit, Mr. Captain from Black?
Runes, so every 2 minutes in the river here, if you want to look at that mark, so there's one of the...
okay, before we get there, let the action break out. Stormspirit making a long zip forward, gonna find... Okay, that was anticlimactic. I was a big fight that's breaking out, you know?
So we don't, in the game...
Back to the runes, screw these guys, man.
Okay, the runes are cool then. So we see in the top part of the river there, and the bottom part of the river, there are 2 little glowing spots, and every 2 minutes on the even minute mark, runes will spawn there, and these are power runes, and they do different things. So you have illusion runes, invisibility runes, double damage runes, regen runes, haste runes, and there's a whole bunch, but they do different things. It's like getting a, you know, in Mario when you like eat a mushroom or something, you get a power up, and you're gonna do something pretty cool.
Mid lane looks like a lot of action is breaking out. They're gonna go on Fury here. Cloud's going to make it out with his life. It looked like they wanted to make the aggressive play, but in the end, it looks like Nibble Hoarde going to be the side to pick up the kill.
Okay, it is only an ogre, so...
there's the tip back to Fury.
This is getting lit here, guys.
And yeah, 13 minutes in the game, the kill score is sitting at 7 to 10. The net worth sitting at 1,000 apiece. XP graph looking rather similar, just 1,000 separating. It seems a very close game to start things off.
Sorry, net worth obviously being the game calculates the hero's level, and that adds its items to it, and it gives the roundabout value of how much that hero is worth in the context of the game. So high net worth is always good.
Yeah, like we see Mr. Cloud here on the Storm Spirit sitting at 5.4k net worth, the highest in the game. Got his first major item, the Kaya, so it does give him what this item does. It makes your mana cost a bit less. So on a hero like Storm Spirit that's so mana intensive with his ultimate, it's really good. Also gives Spellamp as well, so all his spells do a little bit more damage.
Obviously, so that is an arcane rune that Wanda, the Lina, has just picked up, and what that does is it halves the, so not halves, almost
30% less. And you're going to see it come out here. Wanda, they get off the freeze here, they candy burst on Hullabaloo. One more shot to do the trick. Cloud gets a nice up off. They're going to bring down the Crystal Maiden right at the start of the fight. Wanda going to get caught as well. Candy burst on the Lina. That would be a big kill. Wanda running for his life, but is he going to make it out? No, he doesn't. Cloud going to secure that kill. They're looking for more. Can they find it already? Omen on the run on the Spectre. This would be the big kill if they can get it, but he should be a-okay. Make it out with his life. Luckily, in this case.
That was they're committing a lot on this Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, it was.
They really are.
It was like Hearten went up the high ground to get the stun onto one of the heroes, but like the rest of Nibble Hoarde couldn't follow up in time. So when you have the high ground, like Exdee had,
look at this Hoarde. They want to respond. They all team
going in, but he's going to get caught. There's the supernova coming up. Is he going to control the hero in time? He pops the gyrocopter. Owen still surviving. It's going great so far. They get the stun onto Fury. This is 3 kills. Going to be secured for the side of Nibble Hoarde. It's a double kill for Drop Dead. It's the perfect fight for the side of Nibble.
And they're not done yet. Doesn't look like they're done
they're
yet.
gonna go. They want Money as well. Can they find him? Money trying to make the move for the ruins, but he's not gonna get it. He's gonna get Proton as well. Make that 4 captains, 1 black.
Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Centaur Runner just sitting top like, you guys do you, Drew. Yeah, well, let's bring in Levi actually. Well, find out why he wasn't in that team fight.
Oh, Mr. Levi?
Hello?
Why were you not in that team fight?
Yeah,
Sir?
you know you have a team in this game? No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Like,
we could
Have you seen my last hits, dude? I'm having a ball over
Are you
here.
the carry now, sir?
You're
I
the
just got
carry, sir.
flamed, dude, so like...
They blame you for not going there.
I was just
saw
looking
you
at the
didn't have
boss fight, I
Stampede,
think
you
creeps in
didn't
the jungle,
have...
I was like, I want to TP in there, nah, it's too far.
You're like, oh, but this creep looks so good, you know? Like,
Tell Cloud to take a seat. You the carry now, baby.
The point is though, like even if they pull, like if I didn't have my TP in, I don't think I would have gotten there in time.
Yeah,
so.
for sure, for sure.
so what was the decision to go pipe as opposed to the more traditional blink dagger first on
Well, they have
Centaur Runner?
a lot of magical damage, and since I was going to fight early on and join my team, I would fight.
We saw that one.
The big keyword there was, I was going to.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna I still think it's very value. Like going blink now, I'm gonna have a very good blink timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Still
So,
super early in the
I think
game.
I'm gonna come online really quickly now.
Alright. We keep waiting for it. Just 500 gold off that Blink Dagger for Mr. Levi. Thank you for joining us and good luck in the rest of this game, sir.
Thank
We
you,
want to
sir.
see you join the team, hey.
Yeah,
It
we want
sounds
to see,
good.
we want to see some cool stuff.
Kill
Kill this Phoenix right now.
He doesn't have Blink yet. He doesn't have Blink yet.
Okay, thank you.
Look at the side of Nibble. They want to start pushing some pressure on this tower. Mr. Wanda got his first core item, the Yule Scepter. It's an item that puts heroes up in the air. You can use it on yourself as well for disengage, get of dispels, but it also sets up kills for Lina's stun. And then we see a root coming out onto Levi, but Exdee boys, they TP in many here. They get off the center war on ult, but it's not going to find anybody, even with that extra movement speed.
What I'm actually, so I can see Hoarde is struggling. Well, they took a good engagement bottom. Jeez, they're killing
Gyrocopter making the dive here for Hoarde, and he really wants to do some minimize. He's not going to get it, and he might be in trouble. Phoenix going to sunray him down, but he's a very fast hero on his Gyrocopter. And Money, he's going to roll in as well. He catches 3 heroes, gets up the ulti as well. Phoenix going to pop the supernova. It should cost Money his life here, but it's a big commitment. They commit 4 heroes here, but they get the Gyrocopter as well with the Spectre ultimate.
Ooh, that was. I'm actually surprised, but I mean, once again, they're committing a lot for the CM. I'm going to keep saying that, but actually, I take back what I was going to say. Like, I was concerned that Hoarde's lineup doesn't have as many stuns or as much lockdown as Exdee do, but they seem to be doing fine with just the light strike away and the frostbite. There we go.
They have a
Frostbite.
decent amount of control here. Is it enough of control to bring down the Ogre Matchy though? One more hit should do the trick, but he's got piped up now. He's super tanky, he's sitting at 9 armor. If they can get off another spell, there's the root. They actually double up their disables there. He might just be fine. Oh, they get it. The last right click from the Crystal Maiden. Gonna do the trick. And now, Cloud, he's gonna support. He wants the bird. One more hit should do the trick. And there we go. It's gonna cost them. They get the Phoenix in return. And actually, Levi, he's got his Blink Dagger. Horton hiding in the trees.
Is he going to actually duke it out? He actually might be fine.
Oh no,
they found him.
He's
They're
found
going to kill him.
the poor Crystal Maiden, but he's buying a lot of time here for his team. Can anybody else get in? Doesn't look like it. They're just going to sack the Crystal Maiden. But
Actually, can we bring in Horton?
He's got his Invis Rune. He might find Cloud here. He's got the Yule Scepter. He's going to get up the stun. Wanda, he's going to get it. 2 points down the Storm.
That's huge.
That's huge. And there's a tip as well.
Horton,
Yes?
how long did you think you could hide there?
Probably a solid 30 seconds less than I did.
It was pretty cool to say the least, man. I think
I
don't think
was
you
so
should have
sad.
moved. You were fine until you moved.
No, I didn't even move. Like, he walked past the tree and he actually got a glimpse of me through the tree. I didn't actually think he could see me from there, but he did.
Man, respect to you this game. These Exdee boys, they got an eye out for you. Gyrocopter
Yes, they've
diving
been
you left,
killing
right,
you,
and
dude.
center.
Oh, yeah.
But you've been making space, man. Your team
doesn't
always
work.
following up. If you die as a Crystal Maiden, but you get the Stone Spirit, hashtag worth, my friend.
I mean, I'm sure you're
100%.
happy to have Gyrocopter drop his call down on you every time, just for
And
you.
then not die.
And then not die as well. Yeah, that's always a good one. That's always a good one. Anyway, thank you, Horton. We'll probably check back with you later.
Pleasure.
Good luck in the rest of the game, sir. So back to it. This game's tied up at 15 apiece, 20 minutes in. Still nothing to differentiate these teams, eh?
It's close. It's incredibly close. I guess it's going to start getting a bit more. I mean, because Spectre, Omen's just been sitting and hitting creeps. And he's hardly committed. He does do a haunt every now and then, which is Spectre's ultimate. But when this guy starts getting pretty big, what do Exdee have to deal with him?
I mean, they don't have all that much, really. Like, Gyrocopter is a good hero in the early game against Spectre because he has a super fast timing. Like, he can start doing things on the map before you can. But at some stage, like, I don't think Gyrocopter does enough damage or has the survivability to deal with the late game Spectre. This hero in the late game is nothing to scoff at.
Yeah, it hits hard, gets very tanky. They're going to need some response, and if everything goes according to plan, Wonder on the Lina will just be... Oh,
Drop Dead going to jump forward. He has the Supernova.
Lovely stun.
But Doom Bunny, the two-man stun there on the Earth Spirit, styling right now, I would say.
Good stuff. And you see, so Tombstone
Chase still
being
going on. Omen chasing down the Earth Spirit.
that was cheeky. That was cheeky.
Oh, but he's going to TP out. Can Hearthstone find him in time? He does get off the freeze. So it did look good in the end, but he's going to pay the price for it. And there we go. Oh,
was he trying to give it to the CM?
I think he just thought he had it.
He just thought he was
no true carry player will give a kill to a support like that.
Maybe he felt bad, dude. He's like, listen, you've eaten a lot of cooldowns in the face this game. You can kill this guy.
Maybe if it's a Gyrocopter kill, like some payback, you know, CM versus Gyrocopter.
Just a little bit. Storm also getting quite big.
Nibble Hoarde, they want to do something. They get off the route onto Levi. Levi still so tanky, but not too tanky to all this kind of magic damage. They force out the ultimate from the center, and it didn't come out all that much. Just the couple of spells from CM. No ultimates used there. Okay, so CM did use the ultimate, but I mean, it's a CM ultimate. She's not going to get it off in the fight because they just charge her the whole time.
And they have an Earth Spirit that can knock that, kicks that rock. We call it the Earth Spirit kick. We saw him do it to the Spectre. That was cheeky. Knocked him back, you know. I think abilities in this game that control positioning are probably the most important.
He's got a Shadow Blade now as well. If he finds Hallelujah, this would be a big kill on the enemy Gyrocopter. He's looking for it. He's going to see him walk down to the low ground, but he doesn't really want to commit under the enemy shrine. Oh, I ran out of the inverse. That was a good spot. You see, he was still inverse to me.
Yeah, he was.
He's not working.
He wanted it. He wanted it, bro. I think he could have. Might have got it.
He had the Yules, but I think by the time he used, people would have TP'd in and there would have been reactions. You know, that's super dangerous.
True. So Wonder just playing it safe. Sometimes discretion is the best way forward in this game.
Storm going to pick up an illusion rune, make a couple of copies of himself. Obviously, they have no abilities, but they do right click for a decent amount of damage. They give you a vision. That's exactly what he's going to do. Send them out to the enemy jungle, find some information for his team. And Hullabaloo, he's going to get caught in the end. Hearthstone going to find him. He's going to get solo killed by the maiden. Okay, Wonder.
Wow, Wonder just
securing that kill with the Laguna Blade.
So Lina's ulti is that blue death ray that she throws out, and that just kills you. That does like 650 damage.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. I think that was a bit of overkill, but the cooldown's pretty low. But you know, he's angry.
Levi going to jump in. He gets off a nice stun onto Wonder. Wonder still has a Yule Scepter. He's going to pop it off to keep himself alive for a second. In the back line, Cloud zipping onto Hearthstone. Can he burst on a Crystal Maiden? He's trying in the back. Oh, even Spectre coming in. Everybody doing their thing. Supernova popping off as well. Can they burst on Fury? Fury going to get punished. It's a 3-for-0 trade in favor of Nibble right now. Taking control of this game. 3k net with lead in. Man, oh man, Nibble are just looking so tough to team fight into. Stormspirit zipped in on the Maiden and he couldn't even kill her.
I would say it's great positioning right now. I mean, if we look at the minimap, we can see that Nibble's, all their lanes are pushing in quite extensively. They could essentially move from bottom to top, which is what they're doing right now. It's going to take that second tower.
Man, oh man. Nibble Hoarde feeling the momentum right now.
Momentum, big part of this game. You feel it. So I gotta say, as a game, playing with your mates and just playing as a unit of 5 and, you know, feeling the energy together, this is what makes this game so great.
So special, but it looks like a start of Exdee. They want to defend this tower. They don't want to give it away from me. Omen's going to walk forward. He might just get caught, taking a decent amount of damage. Cloud zip very far in the backline on the Stormspirit. Is he going to be punished for it? The cooldown coming through as well. So many spells getting thrown out, but who's going to drop first? Hearthstone going to get blown up. It's a double kill for the center. Can they get more? Dropped it super low in the backside of the fight. Hullabaloo going to pick up that kill. And now Exdee immediately return the favor to Nibble Hoarde. They get 4 kills there.
That was tidy. That was very tidy.
Tidy. Is that your response to that?
That was tidy.
That was an epic team fight, and you say tidy?
It was
tidy though.
Well executed. Yeah, he got a 2-man. Well, I think it was center got the 2-man stun.
Beautiful
Called down
stuff.
on the back lines and yeah, just cleaned up.
I mean, Owen made a really weird move, like walks aggressively into the trees there. He gets caught in the stun, taking so much of the rocket barrage damage from the Gyrocopter as well. So, risky fight for Nibble. It didn't pay off in the end, but man, oh man, this game's super hot right now. 25 minutes, 19-20, and again, nothing to separate these two teams. Everybody's just tied up right now.
But we can see the lack of, counter initiation or initiation from Hoarde there. Centaur jumps in, and what's she going to do?
I think Nibble's biggest mistake there, walking up there for the tier 2, for the next tier 2, is they didn't get any deep vision down, right? They had the control to take this tower. If they drop the watch up here on the high ground, behind the tier 2, or even by the shrine, even if they lose their fight, they gain something out of that, right? They have their fight. Next time they go into that fight, they have an advantage in the area. But in this case, they just lose the fight, and it's just a flat-out loss to them. And talking about losses, they lose the Spectre down bottom as well.
Supernova even being used, but Levi just going to use his centaur wall runner ultimate, and it gives everyone that extra movement speed, and they just get the hell out of dodge.
Yeah. So good couple of minutes for the side of Exdee.
Shall we look at the warding quick, so our viewers know what wards are? So these little weird things that you can buy custom skins for, that's all what this game's about, buying hats. And the hats, yeah. And what they do is they provide vision. As you can see on the mini-map, there's a large amount of vision there, and on the actual map, there's a large amount of unblack map, which is vision.
Yeah, so us casters, we have view over the whole game, but players can only see areas that they have vision of.
We can show them that, yeah.
All right.
So if we look at the mini-map there, that is what Hoarde can see on
It's
their
all
game.
dark now for them, for the side of Exdee. Oh,
That is what they can see.
that's what they can see. Now, how do I get it back to
You
everybody's
click
view?
F1, I think.
It's broken.
F2,
Nothing
it's
on black.
broken, dude.
I'll fix it. Give me a sec. Going to the settings. Nothing inconspicuous going on right now. Right.
That's what happens when you fiddle with log files, eh?
Yeah, I did. Yesterday I did the same thing. I have to find this key now. F1, F1, F1. Maybe it's in the options.
Bottom right.
Oh,
Bottom
I
right.
found it. The Spectre. There we go.
Oh, Spectre.
A cheese grater coming in with the tech support here. There we go. We fixed up
F1.
Captain Von Black.
Beautiful, fantastic. F1,
There
there we
we
go.
go.
Now
We're back in
we are back.
business.
Bird's eye view over here, getting the whole shenanigans. And momentum-wise, what we thought was Hoarde swinging toward Hoarde. Now Exdee brought it back, and then they killed Spectre now as well. And at least Hoarde's lanes are pushing in very strongly. They got a huge amount of wave clear with Lina, with CM, with Phoenix, Spectre as well. And this
Oh,
allows
here's a
them to
big set
keep
from
pushing
Cloud.
in.
He's looking for Hoarde and he gets off the Orchid Malevolence, so the silence is there, but he might be in trouble. This is a huge commitment. He'll get off the zip out, so he'll be okay for the moment. And not too much committed there from Exdee. Just the the Storm Spirit zipping forward. But they find Fury. They catch him in the Yule Scepter. There's the stun to follow up from Wonder as well. There's the burst damage. They're going to throw out the Laguna Blade and they burst down that Ogre. He had no chance to make it out of that.
Wonder is not afraid to throw out those Laguna Blades. So he
Securing
feels
the
rocks at the
kills.
moment.
Oh, man.
Beautiful stuff. Can we bring in, let's have a talk to Wonder.
David Wonder. Oh, but okay.
Oh, never mind.
Big step coming through. Cloud trying to make a move here onto the Phoenix. Phoenix gets Glimmer kicked up, even though the silence is there. They gotta find him. Sentry Ward down. They blow up the Phoenix before he can even get off his ultimate, and Halton might be in trouble as well. He's gonna get brought down. That's 2 kills going the way outside of Exdee.
Let's bring in Wonder, have a chat to him.
Oh,
Did you look
Dave.
at... what's up?
How you doing, man? You
Good.
don't feel rocks about throwing out that Laguna Blade, hey?
Not a chance.
tell the stream
Don't
why
take
it's
any
important
chances.
for
Why it's
Course
important.
to get the kills, you know? Tell them that the supports don't need it, you know? Educate our viewers.
Supports generate gold from buying wards. No wards will buy them, we'll go take it.
Some PMA advice there from Wonder. We'll let you get back into it. This game, super close right now. Best of luck, sir.
Dude, thank you.
Man, oh man. Exdee taking a commanding position in this game. They clean up the tier 2. They're going to get down, they're going to make the move for the tier 2 top as well. Are they going to... Okay, no, never mind. I'm wrong. These are going to be
They're just leaving.
They're done.
Listen, sometimes we don't know everything, bro. We like to think we do.
What? Are you serious? You mean I don't? Oh, man.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's a reason we are on the casting desk and not in the
we're
playing
not that
desk.
good. We're not good enough to be doing that.
Just one of
Cloud,
those
he's
things.
getting pretty big, that net worth.
He is 5-2 and 10 on the Storm Spirit, top of the net worth by quite a margin, sitting at 14,000 gold, and he's going towards that BKB up next. You want to explain that item, an integral item to the part of the Dota game.
So obviously he's very concerned. BKB, or Black King Bar, as the full name is.
This little thing over
Yeah,
here.
this little thing. So it's an item that grants complete spell immunity. Now, in a game where every hero has a minimum of 4 spells, being able not to be targeted by a spell is very useful.
Yeah, so you pop it in for 10 seconds, you become a monster. It makes your guy a little bigger, makes it glowing gold lights around you,
little
you
disco.
know?
You become a disco, a walking disco. Omen, look at Omen hiding in the trees there.
Oh, cheeky. So Omen made like an interesting move in my opinion in terms of itemization, right? This is the important thing in Dota, how you buy your items and when you buy them, right? So he went for this Blade Mail first, a great early game item to just allow him to fight. But now he went from Blade Mail into Vanguard. So there's like 2 early game items, and he sets his timing off for his Radiance, which is his true big item that gives him damage. It gives his team a lot more, team fight and just raw damage and actually some survivability as well for the mischance. And he's setting off that timing because he went 2 early game items. Like the 1 early game item is fine. I think you need that one, but I think the second one, you will question it, but maybe he thought he needs it. It's all about opinions in the game.
Maybe we should ask Omen himself, actually.
Mr. Omen.
Omen.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Could be better.
Could be better. So we're just actually, we were just discussing your choice to go Blade Mail and then into a Vanguard, as opposed to going straight for the Radiance. What's your thought behind that? I mean, I don't know what's been going on in this game from your side.
A lot of death.
I mean, you died 2 times, it's not that much.
Main thing is just so I can tank up quite a bit.
Alright. I mean, not too far off the Radiance, not just the recipe away, so you will get there eventually.
And you're happy to put it off? You think this is going to go late?
I think so. Like, they don't have the best siege heroes.
Alright.
I mean, besides like the Saint, like actually just tanking tower and just like tower killing itself.
Yeah, that's a very fair point.
Oh, last thing. What tips do you have to our viewers to get such lavish-looking hair like yourself?
Oh yeah, this is the important thing. You're an okay Dota player, but your hair game 5 out of 7, my friend.
Point.
It's genetics. If you say genetics, I'm gonna hit you. Play Viper.
Alright. Get back into it.
Everyone's getting a lot of trouble.
Hopefully, should not pop the blade mail, sir, please. Oh no, we distracted him, man.
We distracted him. That was us. Oh, you're still here. Shit. Oh. Sorry about that.
No worries.
You're worried. Okay, well, thank you. You go back to your game.
I'm guilty. I feel so
I feel bad as well. No, but I mean, they chain stunned him well there. As you saw,
that's true.
There was not a point that Omen had a chance to do anything. He was just stunned. So that's well played by Exdee.
The unfortunate thing, he was like so close to his Radiance there. Still just 200 off his recipe. He had to use his Haunt as well, so very costly death from Mr. Omen that we caused. Feels bad, man. But, you know, he'll get there eventually. If they can delay the game another 2 minutes, get that Radiance up, get the ulti back up, I think with that Radiance, they have a much better chance team fighting this side against Exdee.
Cool. So a question from one of our viewers on Facebook. Can you guys just maybe give us 3 tips for absolute noobs? People who've just started getting into the game.
Okay, I'll give the first tip. I think you need to look.
Don't do it.
Use
Don't play.
Oh my god.
It's too hard.
That's so true.
It's not a bad one.
That's so true. Okay, but if you do take the heroine that is a Dota 2 game and you start playing it, I think use your minimap. Watch it, see where enemies are moving. That's your safety net, you know? If you can see, your teammate doesn't have to say missing mid. You can look at the map and see the enemy mid is not there.
And also, don't feel discouraged. I think that's the biggest thing. You know, maybe I know how I started. I don't know how you started, but I picked one hero and I just played him until I got the hang of him, and then moved on to another one.
Yeah.
You probably will find that the Dota community is known for being quite toxic. Toxic
such a noob. Stop speaking to me.
Stop speaking. Yeah, basically, like, you don't know what you're doing. But just don't be discouraged. You know, it's once you get the hang of it, it's a really enjoyable game to play. And the third tip.
I can throw in a third tip. I'd say communication. A lot of people, when I started playing Dota, I just went in there and did my own thing. Right. And Dota it's a team game. So even if you're not playing with your friends, start learning to communicate with your team, because it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, for sure. We have an in-game chat function. Use it. Talk to people. Ask, even if you're a noob, be like, yo, man, what item can I buy? Is this? Is it that? And maybe some people help you. Some people don't want to help you. My last tip, I know we're going for 4 tips here.
Fantastic.
If people are toxic to you, use the mute button.
Absolutely.
Yeah, use it. It's there for a reason. So
Thank you for ever asked the question. That's a good one.
That was a good one. Very good one.
So getting back into this game was the Captain 1 Black.
Volta Pro has really not had much impact since the early game. I mean, I find that with Hoarde like to run this hero a lot in their drafts, and my issue with him is that I feel past 20 minutes he's there for a tombstone, you know? That's all he does. He's there for one ability.
That's a very fair point. Now, both these teams, they smoked up looking for each other. And I think these fights have just been so spread out, so messy that he can't, like, even if he's just there for a tombstone, if you get on a tombstone in a good place and it just goes off for the whole fight, you can solely win your team a game. But it hasn't been the case because everything's just so scrappy. Like this one here, we see the Spectre ulti getting popped. Halabu's gonna pop his BKB and run the hell away. Despite Messi so far, Wanda finding somebody in the background. Can he burst on Cloud? That will be the big kill. Cloud gonna get up, use something right in the last second. Halabu doing his thing, getting up so much damage here to Gyrocopter. Fury gonna buy back Cloud. 1 HP away. Wanda trying to burst him down, but no, he gets baited in. Cloud gonna bring down the enemy. Lina, the tip should be flying out any moment right now in the back lines. Levi chasing down these 3 heroes. It's a 3v2 situation here, but Exdee, they feeling strong. They want something here. They get the Spectre in the stun, but Spectre, he's going to get a return kill here. Levi, he's going to get brought down. Buybacks committed by both teams. These guys, they want to fight again. Cloud, he's tipping in. He's going to zip forward. He's trying to make the move onto Omen. Can he burst him down? There's the damage coming off the stone. The stun is there from Fury as well. Omen gets Glimmercaped up. He's going to survive for the moment. Supernova Band coming back in the field. The bird, look at that play. He gets his 1. Can he get 2? I don't know. 1 HP off from dying here. He's going to drop as well.
Crazy.
Bodies dropping all around, Captain.
It's a slaughter. And the Cloud managed to get Omen there with the zip. As he was TPing, he was trying to TP out, and he just said, no, not today, sir.
So 2 buybacks were used there, one from the Ogre Magi, one from the Phoenix, but I think in the end it's still a good fight for Nibble. They got a bit of a win in the XP exchange. They got the gold exchange in their favor just slightly. But it was so close, right? If Wonder killed off Stormsport at the start of that fight, that's a 1 fight straight up for Nibble.
100%. And buyback, so you hear that sound? Can you make the buyback sound?
The buyback sound?
You know, we heard it in the phone. Okay, but buybacks.
I can do a lot of things in Dota, but I don't think I can do the buyback sound.
I thought you were the sound effects for everything. Like Camille's the guy who makes that rolling sound.
I can do the chat wheels, like I can say "Lakan Marathon," but I can't like make the sound for a BKB, you know.
So buybacks. We saw 2 heroes buyback.
You'll be okay, Captain.
I'll be okay, bro.
You'll find his composure
Don't
soon.
make me laugh. But buybacks, if you have enough gold, you can instantly buy out. You can instantly spend that gold and come back into the game straight away. So very useful for very important team fights and moments of the game. And we saw, what was it, 1 from each team who did that in the last fight.
So there is a cooldown on that. You can only use 1 every 7 minutes. It is quite costly. It costs you like maybe, I don't know the exact calculations, but like let's say you have 10,000 net worth, it'll cost you like 1,200 to buy back in the game. It's costly. But on the flip side, if you do win a fight, it can just change your game buying back. But if you mess it up, it can cost you a lot as well.
Do you want to describe Roshan?
Oh, Roshan. All right. Wait, my camera. Oh, there we go. So this big bad boy over here gives something away called an Aegis. He's here. He spawns every 10 minutes after you kill him, and the person who picks up this Aegis of Immortal gets a second life. Usually it's quite hard to kill this man, and as we see that, Sleeper, he blinks it, he gets through the stop. The Exdee, they steal the Aegis. Oh my god, Cloud popping off right now. What a way to turn this game. Bird getting caught as well. It gets silenced up. He gets brought on. 2 heroes gonna hit the deck, make that 3. But man, oh man, they got the Aegis on the stones for it. They're gonna get more here. Oh, it's a disaster for Hoarde.
So that is, wow. We were trying to explain what Roshan was. So the viewer probably like, okay, that what happened? Why is killing Rosh so important?
Basically, Roshan is this big guy over here that you saw earlier, and he has something called an Aegis of Immortal. The hero that picks up that when you kill him gives that hero a second life. So it's very important for both teams to pick it up because you essentially have like 6 heroes versus 5 heroes, but with that extra life. It's like a buyback, but in an item slot. But in this case, they were so close to getting it, and Exdee, they just jump in the pit at the right time, in the right place at the right time, and they just bring down the whole side of Nibble.
And the buybacks are not available for Wonder. I think Nibble are just going to have to lose his racks.
They're just going to take the sack. Can they get another one from the side of Exdee is the question.
So this is where the game comes down. This is Exdee completing the objectives, trying to win the game, taking those buildings,
These are
and
the
then getting out.
things.
Well, not actually getting out. They're going to keep on going.
Yeah, I think they know there's no buybacks. If they would have come out by now. So they're just going to go for the next racks. Spectre doesn't have ultimate either for another 50 seconds. So this is...
Omen's not even there. He's following in the top
time for Exdee. They're going for the next racks. Can the side of Nibble do anything about it? It doesn't look like it with the moment with just 3 heroes up. Omen making the long walk of shame back home. He does have a double damage rune if the side of Exdee stick around, but they're going to be happy. They got 2 racks and they're going to walk the hell away right now.
That was very costly for Nibble, losing the Roshan fight and then losing 2 racks after that. It's going to be difficult to then come back in this game. I mean,
talking about this Roshan, right? That extra life on Stormsport, he's arguably, if not one of the best, or if not the best Aegis carriers in the game, because you can just zip in with all your mana, commit everything, bring 1 or 2 heroes down, and you come back and you can do it all over again.
It's not fun to play against.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You think you complete something and then they just take it away from you like that, dude. Like a kid with candy.
And Cloud becoming an absolute monster in this game, sitting at 20,000 net worth, the most in this game by quite a margin. Yeah, it's not looking easy for Nibble right now. This game, and that's like a perfect picture of Dota, right? It's like even, and in a split second, everything can change.
Yeah, just like that. 1 fight and it's... Well, now it's a hard slog for Hoarde to try to get back into this.
I mean, I will say that I don't think this game is over, right? 2 racks is down, 12k net worth down. You still do have Spectre. You do have, you have these heroes that can skate into the late game. You have the strong team fight still. Pushing up high ground into Undying Phoenix is still not easy, but it's not going to be an easy task for Hoarde to come back into this game.
But you brought that up. I mean, the Omen choosing to avoid going the Radiance, and if we look at his net worth, he is sitting far away from the rest of Exdee.
Yeah, the thing is, if you're committing for these 2 items, this Blade Mail plus Vanguard, and like you trying to prime yourself for the fights, right? For those early game fights. If you're not winning those fights convincingly, your radiance timing gets set back super far. You farm really slow, and like these items really essentially don't do anything for you. Whereas the radiance, it helps you farm. Like it does a lot. It's not easy to get a 5,000 gold item just off the bat. So his thinking was correct. Like he wants to fight, but it is. I think it is a bit costly this game going for both.
Cool. So I have another question for you guys from the viewers. You were talking about buybacks earlier before everything went down. Can you maybe just explain when should you buy back?
So a perfect example would be in this case here, when the enemies are pushing up high ground after the side of Nibble had lost that fight. If they had buybacks, they could have maybe defended their racks. They brought back 2 or 3 heroes. They have their bodies there. They can defend the racks. That would be a perfect example. Or let's say around this Roshan fight, if it didn't just become a disaster, if it's just like one hero caught in the center stun and gets blown up, you can buy back that hero and come back into that fight. You want to fight, right? It's at these important times in the game. If it's just like one random pick off in the jungle, don't buy back for that. But if you're going to win a Roshan fight, if you can take a racks, that's when you do it.
Game-changing moments is when you want to buy back.
For sure.
That's where it really matters. Perhaps we can have a talk with Fury on the Ogre Magi.
Fury on the Ogre, the resident feeder for the side of Exdee.
He's got a pipe of inside. He's got a pipe.
Yo, what's up?
Fury.
You know you went double pipe, eh? You know your Centaur has one as well.
I'm just gonna have to wait for after Alex using it, dude.
Alright,
I just knew I was dying, so pipe was a good, so Hood was a good purchase, and then I just forgot and I bought pipe.
That's a classic Fury move right now. But your team?
Personally, I don't believe that there's anything wrong with 2 pipes. You can have 3 pipes, and I think that's great.
Like, all of their damage is magical, they don't deal physical damage.
The Great Roshard fight.
Amount of time on pipe. Alright, I can respect that.
Great Roshard fight, by the way.
Yeah, Levi with the massive stun. Did you guys like all tip him after the chat? Did you guys just go crazy there?
Yeah, it was pretty intense. Cloud stealing ages.
Yeah, that was cool.
Good,
that
man.
was very cool, man.
Good luck with this Rax push now. Don't throw the game, Fury.
Try my best. I think I do.
Here we go. Nice stun.
We're back in it. The high ground siege is there. There's a triple multicast coming out onto the Crystal Maiden there. Gyrocopter just coming to, dropping on the ultimate, dropping on all these spells. They're going to blow up the Undying to start off the fight on the side of Exdee. They're looking for more. They find Wonder forced out the BKB, but is it enough to keep him alive? He's going to survive for the moment. The Phoenix Nova, Supernova going to go off here, going to stun just the Ogre. Actually catches Levi in the backlines as well. But Cloud, he's going to zip back in. He wants Wonder. Can he burst on the enemy? Lina, one more hit away. Can Cloud do it? He's going to get off the stun here. He's trying to bring on the first life on the Storm Spitter. So going to zip forward, trying to get into the base here. Crazy moves coming out from Cloud. The Rax does still stand, but the rest of the XD heroes, Cloud just buying time for them while they just wail on the Rax.
Omen gonna get stunned.
Oh, he's gonna be in trouble. Is he gonna be in trouble? XD still haven't taken the Rax, so this is still huge for Nibble Hoarde. They're not out of it just yet. And Fury, what did we just tell him before?
He just bought back.
Did he buy back?
He bought back for
That's
that.
a dieback, so he doesn't have buyback for good.
So when you buy back and you die, we call that a dieback. Figure that one out. You just told him not to feed and throw the game. And what did he do?
This is why we call him Furry.
That's just unfortunate. He is just an ogre end of the day, so...
Yeah, shame. Poor pass 5 support, 43 minutes into the game.
Well, Spectre got a heart.
Ooh.
That was quick.
Alright, so he's going to be beefed up now, a lot tankier in these fights. He's going to be getting his 25 talent sooner as well, so an extra 8% dispersion makes him a lot tankier as well.
We see once again Hoarde struggling to find those openings to go in.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rough position. After that Roshan fight, the game just becomes an uphill battle at this point. But maybe they can still do it. Game is never over.
Never over. If I were Dota 2, you can never count yourself out.
Yeah. It's kind of like I don't know, what else is never over, you know?
There's a lot of things I could say.
Arsenal finishing 4th in the Premier League.
Arsenal finishing 4th in the Premier League.
Jose Mourinho playing defensive football.
Vape Nation, that's never over.
Oh yeah, the clouds when there's vapors.
I was sitting today and some guy drove past in his Volkswagen, like a little Golf Volkswagen, and he souped up the rims like gold rims, and he had Vape Cartel tattooed stencil on the side of his car, bro.
Was it just like when he rolled out the window, just like a whole cloud coming out?
And he's wearing like the wraparound glasses like a dad, you know, like those dad glasses, dude. It was hectic, bro. I wouldn't mess with that guy.
Hearten gonna get found here. Earthquake making the roll on him. Can they burst on the enemy Crystal Maiden? The save is there from the Phoenix, just healing up the Crystal Maiden. Do money in pretty deep, but they don't want to commit on him because it's not like you don't expect the enemy Earthspirit to be across the river on the enemy side of the map just by himself. So Nibble can't capitalize on that.
And they managed to get the Earthspirit's ultimate magnetizers down. There's a low cooldown though as well, so it's
not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad.
Stormspirit making a big zip, looking for the Undying. Actually,
okay, so now we're gonna explain why there's all these little Storm Spirit things around the map.
Alright, so you want to explain the talent mechanic?
Yeah. So talent mechanics, if we just hover over them, at level, as you see there, level 10, 15, 20, 25, you have the choice to put one of your points into either one of two options. And now these options give you hero very good buffs, I gotta say.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is for every hero. So, and they differ obviously. And now Storm Spirit's level 25 talent is that whenever he crosses, I think it's 500 units in the game,
it drops a ball lightning.
It drops a ball. It drops one of those, his first ability, which does a lot of damage. So
Static Remnant, rather.
You can, well, it's sort of easy to see where Storm Spirit is. But that's why you're seing now, at this stage of the game, the map just covered in these static remnants.
It is a broken talent. You can just like throw on nukes across the whole map. It's insane. But now Exdee, they're going for blood. They want to bring on the third and final racks. Can they do it? They're just leaving the Centaur out in front. 5,000 HP, a blade mail and a pipe. Centaur is not a worry in the world right now. Look at this. They're all trying to hit him, but they're doing no damage to Levi.
He's got a, what's he got? A heart and a pipe and a blade mail.
Blade mail, 5k HP.
Yes.
12 armor. He's feeling it right now.
Brown boots. He's just having it.
Storm Spirit just zipping up and down and up and down.
I don't think Hoarde can hold the seat. Look, they got nowhere to get in on them. They got nowhere to initiate.
Does have the ultimate if they want to fight this. Levi, not the target you want to go on though. Cloud gonna zip in the back. They're trying to burst on Wanda. He does indeed. The return actually gonna kill the Lina there. Lina gonna buy back. They're trying to do something here, holding on to this last lane of racks. Is Exdee happy with just getting the buyback on the Lina? Spectre rather walking forward. He has a blade mail pop. The Supernova comes out. Can they burst down the egg? They're gonna try. A couple of more. It should do the trick. They burst down the Phoenix. They get two. That's a dieback for Wanda. Oh man, oh man. Exdee taking a commanding lead in this game. That 3 heroes dead. They force out more buybacks. Can they get this last lane of racks? All 3 of the remaining buybacks used on the side of Nibble Hoarde.
You see, Hoarde are gonna happy to commit these buybacks here. They have 1 barracks left, 1 building left. And when that gets destroyed, the Dire, so Exdee's team, they're going to get, their creeps are going to turn into these, they're going to morph into these things called mega creeps. And mega creeps are bad, mean, like these, what are these now? These are super creeps at the moment because some Raxes have been destroyed and they get stronger. But when that last Rax falls, these guys get steroids and they get enormous. It's like running Ludic against Bismarck Duplessis. You know, one of them's going to win. One of them's going to win.
Yo, man, mega creeps are not fun to play against. They're just constantly shoving. Each creep does like 150 damage, and you have 5 of them wailing on you, wailing on your buildings. It's not easy to deal with. It's not often you see teams come back with mega creeps, but it has happened in the past.
Does happen.
Everybody at least has one good mega creep story.
Yeah, and you tell all your mates about it, and they're like, we really don't care, but you care, and that's what matters.
That's what matters.
That's what matters.
The Centaur actually threw away his boots. He doesn't even need it. He just has his big dagger. He bought a Shiva's Guard instead. So his armor sitting at 27 points of armor now on a 5,000 HP hero. You can do the math, Captain. That's just insane.
What math, bro? I don't have enough fingers to count all these numbers, bro. Take off my shoes. Start using my toes.
So DD Ruin is going to spawn in the top side of the map. Maybe they find that, put it on the Storm Spirit or the Gyrocopter. Either is a really good choice right now. Omen right now just hiding in the trees.
You think he could kill this guy?
Here. The thing is, they're so scared. They don't know he's here alone.
Omen doesn't give a damn. He's going for it.
Well, he's going to make the move now finally. He's going to get kicked away. He's going to give up on that chase. I mean, it is a bit dangerous. You can commit too far. You get counter ganked. You use these buybacks. And then the game just becomes over when your Spectre's dead, no buyback. And they find the DD Rune here. They're going to go for the Roshan again. And Roshan on his second death gives an Aegis and a cheese away. But the side of Nibble, they know they want to fight this. Can they contest, though, is the question.
I got to think the cheese mechanic in the game is probably the most funny part, I would say.
You eat that cheese, you get full life, full HP, but you have to pick it and activate it in time, you know? Not like the Aegis that works automatically.
Exdee playing very tentatively around this Roshan fight. I think they could take it pretty easily. Are they worried about the Supernova?
The Supernova, the Spectre ulti, even though Nibble are behind, they still have super strong team fight. Even the Undying.
They gotta go in now.
Oh, they're gonna pop the Spectre on. They see the Aegis. He's super low. Can they steal the Aegis in time? Oh wait, he's now choosing. They're back in it. Can they win this fight though? Is the question. The damage coming up from Hannibal is so much. He gets a triple. 4 heroes drop instantly. This Gyrocopter popping off right now. Man, oh man.
I think that's game. What's the buybacks like?
No buybacks. They were all used. GG, well played is called.
Wow.
What an emphatic end to that game.
That was fantastic. I think it's you who's told me this many times, and I'm going to quote you here. Games are won and lost around the Roshan.
Won and lost at that Roshan pit, man.
Call me El Chikte, boys and girls, 2018. Just remember that.
Oh, man.
GG.
That's
That's game one.
XD. They held and it, even though Nibble had that advantage at the mid game, XD just win that one Roshan fight, and once they get that advantage, they keep at it right till the very end.
Hectic.
Fantastic. So I think we're going to take a 5-minute break or so before we start game 2. So if you guys just want to chat about the game, I've got a couple of questions to ask you, things we can talk about as well.
Hit us up, man.
Okay, so first thing, another question that I got is, what are the little pictures next to the picture of the hero? So we're talking about the hero's abilities. If you guys maybe want to chat about that.
So as we said earlier, each hero has a minimum of 4 abilities that they can actively use. It's up to the player to press that ability and then target it or whatever it does. But yeah, and each ability has a cool little icon just to make it more memorable, I think, and more catchy.
And if you get some cosmetic items, it changes the icons of the abilities, changes the animations.
That's people with money.
People with money. People who spend 2,000 levels on their compendium.
So all the bright flashes, that was the players pressing those little coloured tiles next to the hero's icon, the abilities, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So that's how you do things in the game. You just use your abilities. You combo up your abilities with your partner's abilities. You can do super cool things. That's part of the game of Dota.
Fantastic. Another question. Can we chat about the roles of heroes? So cores versus support.
Cores versus support.
You're a support player. You can do
I'm a support player. I'll talk about this. Yeah, you're the core player.
Yeah. Not a good one, but a core player nonetheless.
So we got a team of 5 players each, correct? And how these are split is sort of looking at, like in rugby, the forwards and the backline players, or soccer, the attacking forwards and the defenders. So the first, you get 3 heroes that are the core heroes, and those are the guys who are meant to be doing... Oh, sorry, I'm talking about the supports. You're talking about the cores.
You can give the full explanation.
We give the full explanation. Yeah, you'll touch on there. And your core heroes, they're the guys who are expected to do the heavy lifting in the game, eventually.
Yeah, so they're those guys who are going to hit the creeps in the laning stage. They're going to make your supports make space for them to farm up the jungle, get gold, get items, and sort of carry the game in the end. The supports are the kind of the guys who enable them. You keep your carry safe in the game, you know? You make sure there's wards down on the map. You make sure that nothing's going to go on there. You make sure you can just sit in lane and farm. You make sure there's regen there for your core at all times. It's like, all these heroes work together, even though, like you say, oh, this guy carried the game, but it's the support making the moves in the early game that help that, you know?
Yeah, very symbiotic relationship that cores and supports have with each other.
And like we say, cores and supports, but it can get even more fine details that, like, you have an off-lane core player, you have a mid-core player, and you have a safe-lane core player. Off-lane guy also is like, it is a core and he gets farm, but he tries to make space for his other 2 core players, the mid-laners and the carry players.
Cool. Who gets all the glory?
Who gets all the glory at the end of that game?
Always I
think the carry, the Gyrocopter went 18 and 8 at the end of that. Cloud played really well as well, but I think that last fight, the way Gyro just blew everybody out, Hullabaloo gets my MVP,
that was cool. Are you talking about the game in general or like in general?
In general.
Well, in general. It's usually the cores.
If you're watching TI and you see the MVP votes, it's always like Miracle or no one.
It's just what people like.
But it's like super easy to see that, right? That's my opinion on it. Like, you can just see it's like 3 heroes died to this guy, but like if you see like the moves that the supports made to make that happen first, if you see that and you're like, nah, that's easy to just right click a guy and somebody dies. If you get that ward down, you get that set up, that gank, it's like super impressive. Like, everybody's good in Dota. It doesn't matter if you're a core or support, if you're in a pro team.
And as long as you understand your role and you do your role well.
For sure.
Yeah, that's that main aim.
And a big thing to understand is that it's very often the supports that actually control the game, because by getting your ward down, getting your wards down, getting vision in a certain area, you move the fights into specific places. And if you can control that game, you give your team the upper hand.
If you look at it, support's job would, I guess it's like the manager or the producer per se of the team. You know, it's up to you to set the pace.
We get the glory shouting here, but those guys in the back,
yeah, these guys are doing the real work.
Make sure the stream's working. Those guys, they're legends, man.
Yeah, dude, having it.
Cool. Any thoughts? Anything else you want to chat about on the game?
Yeah, I mean, I've brought this up a lot, but I think Nibble need to reevaluate their draft.
Oh, you flaming the draft, the Hoarde? We'll bring him in next game.
Yeah, we'll bring him in. I just think, I mean, first up, there was an Earth Spirit that was picked and a Gyrocopter into an Ogre. You're already knowing you're dealing with strong early game, very mobile, can be, and very tanky. And you've got a lineup. I mean, what's your response to that? You've got a CM. She has one sort of stun. Lena's also a difficult stun to land.
I actually disagree with you. You know that I think Exdee is a more experienced team. So like Cloud, for example, got a lot more in the lane than he should have. Bot lane, it was a trade-off here, there, whatever. But I think the side of Nibble, they drafted well. They just made that small mistakes in the game. The Roshan fight. I mean, Exdee played really well there. That one play when they went to that tier 2 a little too aggressive. I think little things change. They could have won that game as well. Fair, 50-50 game. But there obviously are things you can improve in the draft, to be fair. But yeah, I think that's it from us for this game. Game 2 should be up shortly, and you'll see us there, ladies and gents.
Yeah, let's have a chat with Hullabaloo, actually.
Oh, you're pulling him in?
Putting the gyrocopter, yeah. Let's have a chat with him.
Ask him how he felt after that game.
Hullabaloo? I think he went for a tea break.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Well played on that gyrocopter, man. That last fight was just you dishing out damage and people dying.
Yeah, you press 2 buttons and then you hit one person and you do damage.
Flat cannon, man. What an ability.
Did you guys, do you think that you executed your strat to how you wanted to do it from the beginning of the game to the end of the game?
Not really. I think, like a couple of fights, our plan was to, as soon as we bait the Phoenix egg, we stampede out and then we kind of go back in. With the Storm, like high mobility heroes. And then a couple of times we kind of screwed it up. Like we used center ulti to initiate and then we couldn't get back. And that was kind of an issue.
And you're there like, oh boy.
Yeah, I feel like towards the end we did kind of well. Like we shaped up, basically.
All right, that's a fair point. Well played to you guys. I think your gyrocopter had maybe a bit of a shaky start, like lots of kills, lots of deaths in the lane, but at the end, man, congrats on the carry, dude. You just decimated heroes by the end of that game.
Thanks. Yeah, that the laning phase, like the daggers.
Yeah.
Undying is never fun, bro. Undying's never fun.
Man, Undying, what a hero.
Anyway, thank you, Hullabaloo. We'll check you for the next game.
Sure.
Alright, sweet. Cheers.
I think let's maybe get the lobby up for the second one, so we can start setting up.
I'll see if Balta Pro's on here, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, we haven't spoken to him yet.
Yeah.
Oh. Man, what is he playing last game? He was
playing Undying.
Oh, he was playing the Undying. The hero?
That did nothing for the last, like...
why are you flaming the Undying?
No, I'm not saying him I'm saying the hero itself. I just think it falls off. That's my personal opinion.
To be fair, you're right in a lot of cases. But the team fight from Tombstone in the right game-winning stuff.
True that.
Cool, we're bringing him in.
Balta Pro.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, how are you doing, young man?
Good, thanks, and you, sir?
Oh, fantastic, bro. Fantastic. Wait, I mean, what went wrong? Let's just start there.
Well, there were some communication issues when our players weren't there.
Oh, I think we killed Omen.
That was a few. We apologize, dude.
No, it's all right. We understand how it's being played out tonight, but yeah, a couple communication issues and timings that we never hit, and yeah, positioning in team fights, basically.
Is there a game plan for the second one?
We haven't discussed it thoroughly yet, so we usually do that during drafting and stuff, so we'll get to that later.
Okay, well, fantastic, and good luck to you, sir.
Thanks very much.
Cheerio, well played in the first game.
Thank you.
Alright, well, maybe we're going to see some completely 2 different drafts then coming out of the second game. I think these boys are looking to give the viewers some cool stuff to watch.
I want Nibble Hoarde to pick Undying again, just to show you
just
that
to show
it's a strong hero,
just to show me that I'm wrong with this, just to show me that I'm completely wrong. With the lobby.
Yeah, I'm going to get out the way shortly. All the players coming back. I wonder if some of the guys go smoke break or something like that, but I'm sure they'll be back soon.
Yeah, man, smoke breaks. I think that's like the bread and butter of Dota, dude. Like when you're waiting in between games. It was like
Dota lands, it's shocking, man.
No, it's terrible.
Shocking.
It's terrible. Everyone's going to die of lung cancer from... okay.
Sad topic with some of us, yeah?
Yeah, it's hectic. You've probably seen me coughing like a... My metaphors just aren't clicking today, hey?
No, you don't have your usual flair, but you're doing the job. At least you know your Dota ability still.
Yeah, I still got that at least. I was like, oh, Black King Bar. Right, that's the glowing one, eh? These guys introduced me as a pro, but I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, dude. You sound good when you say things, so that's
that's what people listen to me for. That's what they listen to me for.
Cool, I think let's bring in Hoarde and just ask him, what does he say to his players for game 2?
Oh, that's actually good question.
Asking the tough questions, yeah, you can take it away.
I didn't. Hello?
How's it? Sorry, you have been ripped out of your reality into ours.
Yeah, I see so.
So, yeah, well, as a captain, like, how do you... I mean, I'm sure, losses happen and whatnot. I mean, how do you go and approach your team and what do you tell them to pick them up again, as per se?
Well, that's one thing that I'm actually really grateful for with our players at Nibble. The guys don't really tilt that hard. Like, honestly, like the guys are just a whole bunch of fun guys to play with. I mean, especially Drop Dead. He knows exactly how to make you feel happy and just like bring the team all up. So I've never had to deal with that as a captain, but yeah, at Nibble we don't really have that problem. But obviously there's always, you get like demoralized when you get completely stomped. But I mean, at the end of the day, it is a competitive sport. You have your off days, you have your good days. It's.
I don't think it was a competitive. I like a stomp in the last game. I think it was super close to a lot of points.
That was close. If we didn't bugger up at that rush fight.
Yeah, a different game for sure.
Hectic. Well, what's your game plan for the second one?
Wreck.
Wreck, I can respect that.
He's a man of few words, ladies and gentlemen. Man of very few words.
If you guys are planning to wreck, you need to show my co-caster here how good a hero Undying is. Okay,
I haven't been
underappreciating that hero right now.
Because your manager 2.0 always makes me play him when I play with him, and we just lose all our games. So I'm not. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just a bad Undying.
Oh right.
I can attest to that. I've played with your Undying before.
Well,
Never again.
Well, thank you, Hoarde, and you go back to your team. Good luck with the draft.
Bye.
See you, sir. Good luck. We're just waiting on one player left from Nibble Hoarde. Who are we missing?
Is it drop dead?
No, it's not.
Okay, I was
actually Bolter Pro.
Okay.
Funny enough.
I mean, he's on the team speaks, I'm sure. Oh, there we go. He's here.
All right.
Let's ask the guys if they're ready. Ready, boys. Oh.
Cool. Just want to give a shout out there to Devet in the Facebook comments. Thank you, giving a lot of insight, answering questions in the chat. That's fantastic.
Stuff,
obviously, I couldn't get to all of the comments because, like I said, I want to let the casters do their thing. They're the ones who know what's going on. So I've been feeding you some of the questions, but he's there answering questions in the chat, which is fantastic. We appreciate it.
Good stuff, Devet. That's that's why you played. There's some good community players.
For sure. I mean, Devet always a guy who's always ready to help and all that kind of stuff in SA Dota community. Very vocal guy. To good use most of the time.
No, most of the time. What happens the other times?
When he's playing Undying, I don't like him.
When does he also play Undying?
No, I'm just teasing.
You're teasing me. I'm so slow, bro. I'm so slow.
Let's see. Just another shout out there to you guys. You guys have been getting a lot of love in the comments, so thank you. It's great to have you guys here, and the people watching are loving it. So.
Fantastic. Well, thanks to you guys as well. You make all of this possible, really.
Absolutely. So
especially thanks to our four Gamers Not Found, you guys, for hosting us.
Sure. I mean, it's been an interesting setup.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of wires going over here. You guys can't see what we're seeing, but there's a lot of stuff happening.
I'll let you in on a secret. This is our biggest setup so far. It got really technical, but hey, man, it's a great game of Dota. You guys, I don't know if you noticed because you were concentrating on the game, but the guys behind the scenes here doing technical are all leaning forwards, looking at the computer like this, watching the game.
Oh, that's awesome.
At some stages, I don't know if they were doing their jobs because they were watching the match.
The supports, man, they carry us in the early game to set up the stream, and we carry them in the late game giving them the broadcast.
Good Dota. Game 2 up and running.
Oh, we see the draft out already, and there's the Phoenix Respect band right from the get-go.
Cool. That's cool. Not giving Drop Dead his...
I think someone played it. Alright, I'm gonna give a little shade here. I think at the start he used his ultimates like too much in lane to try kill Levi, which I didn't like. But post laning phase, man oh man, that guy slayed on that Phoenix.
Just getting out those what is it? Fire spirits.
Yeah, get up the fire spirit, use supernova, stunning 2-3 people in the fights. Like he played really well on the bird. Firebird, OP Firebird as they call him.
Very cool hero, man. Very cool hero.
See the next lane, Enchantress getting banned out again, similar to the first game.
It's sad to say we might not see Ursa as well. Gone.
I'm happy about that. Ursa is a ridiculous hero right now. I mean, I don't know how much TI you've been watching, but the hero gets a basher, he blinks in, first hit bashes, and just like 3 hits anybody. It's like, or like in like half a second, somebody just dies. Fury swipes, you know?
Yeah, it's not cool. It's not cool to be, as we said, getting clubbed by a bear over the back of a head.
Just fiddling with my cable here.
Yeah, for the second game.
Tech support, thank you very much.
The two teams have switched sides on the map, so it keeps it fresh. And there are actually advantages and disadvantages to playing from either the Dire, which is the top part, or the Radiant, which is the bottom part of the map. I'm not sure what is it just ganking? I think it's the distances between runes and lanes and towers.
So basically, the Dota map is created to be as similar as possible, but like you said, there are big differences, right? The one is like Roche control for the side of the Radiant. I think at the moment, it's actually super weird because sometimes it's Dire favored, but now at the moment it's like Radiant favored. So like Roche control is a big one. Like how you approach certain jungle areas is another one. Like if you're playing Radiant and you take control of the Dire jungle, it's like super advantageous. And it's like so intricate. Like I know a lot about Dota, I would say, but like even I don't know the intricacies of Radiant and Dire like fully. Like I'd say like maybe the top level of SA pros would know that.
Yeah, no, I once had I think, yeah, your friend Romano gave me a very in-depth discussion about the map and the position. It went over my head. I'll be honest, bro. It got quite hectic. But Wraith King, first pick.
Okay, so
for Hoarde.
It was Wraith King is a hero in competitive Dota, like in pro level Dota, that's been ignored since forever. It's never been a hero that's relevant. But coming into TI, it's been traditionally a carry hero, but now people have put it in the off lane and it's become a tier 1 pick, first phase, first ban, super popular at the moment. So is the Silencer, so is the Venge, and so is that dirty Necro Force.
Yes, and he's right there. I'm actually happy to see the players are choosing basically a completely new roster of heroes, well, for the first 4 picks.
For sure.
So you as the audience, you're going to see a whole bunch of new spells, new things, and Necrophos just... Oh, he's a dirty guy.
So, you know, myself and Captain von Black made our like event casting debut last year at Rage for the DGC, and the meta at that point was Viper, Veno, Necro.
Yeah, green heroes.
Only the green heroes.
Nature's
and it
prophets.
was dirty. It was like all the heroes that nobody enjoys playing against. But like the reason that nobody enjoys playing against them is because they're so effective. Necro Force, almost infinite sustain in the laning phase. Like he gets health and mana back from each creep he kills. He's got a heal ability. He's got a passive harass ability called Heartstopper Aura. He has another ability called Ghost Shroud, which makes him like a ghost and you can't right click him, but spells do extra damage to him. But he also gets 75% amp on all healing he takes, so it's pretty impressive. And you want to touch on his ultimate, his last final major ability, Captain Black.
Just the word, you know it's going to kill you. So it works on a threshold, right? How much damage you've taken, and it'll deal a certain amount of damage. So, but why people don't like it is that essentially you could be just below 50% HP, and he drops an ult on you and he kills you.
Dead. Done. Finished.
Off the map. And it adds timer to your respawn time.
For sure. Well. So you're supposed to die for 80 seconds, you're dead for 110 seconds. You're like, oh man.
What? At least they took out. It used to be if you bought Aghanims on him, you couldn't buy back.
There's a very short time in Dota where you could have an Aghs, and at that point Aghs cooldown was 20 seconds, and he took away buyback. It was ridiculous.
It was broken. That was broken.
It was a game winning. You out tier core at late game, and he can't buy back, and you just won the game.
Weaver and Morano are going to be the third picks respectively for each team.
So Weaver's also a hero that's picked up popularity very recently. It pairs up really nice with Vengeful Spirit. You have the double minus armor, one from the Wave of Terror from Venge, and the bugs on the Weaver. So Roshan is super easy to take, and is super strong pairing in the laning phase as well.
So with why these bugs are important, so each hero has a stat called armor. And as you can imagine, armor prevents damage, but only physical damage. So Weaver's bugs, you'll see them in the game. They latch onto each hero and they sort of like nibble at him. It's really weird. It's really like it's very like alien sort of vibe, like just chowing at you, and it lowers their armor, so they take more damage from right click.
And it does damage, like those bugs. While they're taking your armor, they also taking your HP. They hit you for like right click, like 30 damage a shot.
Eating into your chest. It's disgusting.
I hate Weaver. I hate playing against Weaver. But it's a really strong hero right now. If you want to win a game of Dota, pick Weaver.
Pick Weaver, man. Yeah, as obviously Ice Frog and Valve do try to balance the game as much as they can, but they are just depending on like certain changes with heroes. There are some heroes that just will be a little bit stronger than the other ones.
Yeah, to touch on some of Weaver's weaknesses, he doesn't like being locked down, right? So if you have stuns for him, it's really good. If you have silencers, he can't get off his abilities. He struggles. So like in this game, you got Wraith King stun. You have a global silence from silencer. Now. And Lion is like the ultimate control because it's burst damage, stun, hex. It's all the things you need against a Weaver. So it's a good pick from inside of Nibble Hoarde.
Don't you worry. I've still been trying to figure out why they call him Lion when he looks nothing. Well, he's sort of like a cat. Demon cat.
I don't know why I call him Lion.
They call him Lion, whatever. But anyway,
maybe because he's been to hell.
He's been to hell and
back again.
And back again.
It's one of his voice lines. We Dota nerds, yes, we are.
We play this game a bit too much.
Way too much.
At the end of the day.
So, but one worry what this Lion pick or Nibble's Hoarde draft in general is that they might struggle in the laning phase. If you see Exdee's heroes, they got 3 very, very strong laners. Where Nibble Hoarde, they have a silencer pretty good in this dual lane meta. You have Mirana, which is like a versatile pick, can do a lot of things. But all in all, I think the side of Exdee, they just got a lot more self-sustaining heroes. Like both the Weaver and the Necroforce are self-sustaining cores. Which is very important, so your Venge and your other supports can make movements around the map, kill other lanes, stack camps for your cores. You know, there's always something you can do on the map when you have space.
4th pick for Exdee Dota 2. Exdee Dota 2.
What you're predicting, yeah. It's probably some other... What hero would we hate to see?
I'm thinking that Weaver's going carry... Ooh,
Shadow Demon.
I didn't see that one.
I did not see that one coming either. I'm not sure why they picked Shadow Demon, to be perfectly honest with you.
Maybe maybe they're worried about Marana arrows, something. Maybe someone gets nobody's silenced. I don't actually know.
Maybe they just like the hero.
Maybe they like the hero.
There's a possibility.
He's a what is he? He's like an arch demon. He's a demon who, in the lore, he plots his revenge. That's all he's wanted to do is like take over hell. And he just can't do it because he's
just a measly support hero.
He's just a measly support hero. He doesn't have the strength to do it.
Okay, so some of Shadow Demon's strengths is that when he's playing against agility cores, usually like these super high damage heroes like the Spectres, the Lunas, you can ball somebody. It's called the Banish, or what is the ability called?
Banishment, yeah.
Yeah, banishment. There's a specific name for it. I'll tell you when we get into the game. But you can ball a hero, you can banish them for 5 seconds, and when they come out, it spawns 2 illusions of the heroes, and in total it does 140% of that hero's damage. So it's like a lot of damage those 2 heroes, those 2 illusions do. So it's really good against agility carries. Just give yourself that extra.
I think you're right. It is banishment. I guess we'll find out.
I know the mechanic is called Banish, but the actual ability is called... Oh, it's called Disruption.
That's it.
I remembered.
Dylan there on the phone already. Yeah, he was
production totally
looking out for us there.
They didn't tell me.
It's banishment. Sorry, it's disruption.
All of us went blank at the same time.
Yeah, I saw everyone's eyes go,
everyone's like, I can't remember that one.
It's just too much.
It came to us in the end, at least.
Final pick, Carmiel.
Final pick. The Cloud Invoker is banned out. The Zeus is taken out as well. What is left that he likes to play? Maybe a Kunkka. I'd like to say Kunkka. Okay, if they pick Kunkka, it's quite nice with Shadow Demon because Shadow Demon has a setup for the Kunkka abilities. On top of the X marks the spot. I'd like a Kunkka. It's a nice beefy hero, a lot of damage, but they do kind of... Maybe they lack something with a Kunkka. I'm not sure what they go for.
I like the Kunkka. He's the Jack Sparrow of the Dota universe.
That's true.
Essentially, he's literally a pirate who gets drunk.
Yep. He's a what is his ghost ship? It gives you Coco's rum.
Yeah, gives him rum. gives him rum. It says it gives him rum, and he gets drunk and he doesn't feel any pain or any damage.
Man, Kunkka, what a hero! It's like a really cool hero, like very skill intensive. Like if you're really good on the hero, you can make insane plays on it. Very good in the laning phase against a lot of heroes.
And very fun to watch.
Super fun to watch, especially to cast. You can just shout about things. You know?
Oh my goodness, Kunkka doing stuff.
Doing stuff. Accurate description there for Captain One Black.
It's just excellent. Just. top notch casting right there.
Oh, that sound effect was pretty good. Maybe you can do BKB noise. I could do.
Sure, but I'm gonna try this again. The buyback noise, or the BKB noise.
All right, next time. When you feel like in the moment.
You called it. Kunkka. There we go.
I called Wonder's hero last game.
Jack Sparrow, you called it.
And I called Cloud's hero this game. Can I call? I think the first pick. Yeah. Okay, I can't do it.
I think it's gonna be a mid. I think the Marana's might go offlane with the silencer.
All right.
Maybe, unless they want frontline. I don't know. They maybe Faceless Void here.
Faceless Void is very good against Weaver. You can get a nullifier at some point. Great against Necro.
Not good against Venge unless you Chrono.
I mean, you can swap out of Chrono actually. Venge is pretty good against Void. I feel like their lanes is just too weak with the Faceless Void. They need something like they can salvage the lanes, right?
Batrider.
Batrider is very good against Necroforce.
And it can catch Weaver before he gets Lincoln's.
Yeah. But in the lane, Weaver counters him because you can just Akuchi you through the sticky nade bomb. But I don't know. Look,
15 seconds left.
Ooh.
Hearton really giving this some thought.
I mean, it's a tough choice. I don't know what if you Nibble Hoarde, I don't know what you do right now in the draft. Where do you salvage this? I think Exdee do have a really solid draft so far, but let's see what they go for. A page out of the Cloud book, the Exdee book, and they're giving Wanda the Storm Spirit this time. The matchup against Kunkka is not easy, though, I will say.
In the lane or like later on as well?
In the laning stage. Later on, I think it's kind of necessity to buy a Yule Scepter this game because it's one thing that can dodge the Kunkka X marks, so it doesn't pull you back. But yeah, not an easy game for Storm Spirit, but maybe Wanda can make it work. They have to have confidence picking this up. So it's going to be an offlane Wraith King and probably a carry Marana. Do you know if Omen is a big Marana boy?
He can play anything, I'll be honest.
All right.
The guy can play a lot of heroes.
Fair enough. That's why he's the carry for Nibble Hoarde.
Yeah, he used to play mid and then they moved him to carry, and I think he's much more comfortable there.
Yeah, it suits his play style, and Wanda is just like, he's a mid player.
He's a mid player. He can only play mid.
Yeah.
Literally. Ask him to support and you will lose.
He's a horrible support player. But he does carry me in mid games. Like we play party rank together or something. Oh, look at that.
That is gorgeous.
The Marana mount. Okay, Omen dropped a lot of money on his
compendium. Yeah, that costs quite a lot of money, that's it, guys.
Oh, it's a gorgeous mount. Hashtag worth. Easiest $200 he spent in his life. That was a pretty good sound effect.
Thank you. I'm actually thinking about quitting this job and literally going to Valve and saying, listen, I will do your sound effects all by me, bro.
You can do all 110 heroes?
All 110 heroes.
Do the Red King voice. Okay, do a hero you know. Do a hero you know.
A hero I know. I don't. The thing is, I don't. You think that I would sit at home and practice this, but I really don't. Believe it or not.
Just wing it, you're on the fly.
Just wing it.
All right, fair enough.
Silence.
So coming out of the coming out of the draft captain from Black, which team you kind of liking more?
I'm going to be a bit of a trader, and so I'm liking Exdee's draft.
Yeah,
I think they have the ability to nuke down. Especially Weaver's got mana burn in him. Wraith King being a hero that really needs his mana because his ultimate is called Reincarnation, and if you kill him, he respawns again. It's basically like him having an Aegis, but if he doesn't have mana, he can't do it until level 20. But
that's a really good point you make. Like the Weaver mana burn against Wraith King is insane. If you go
Necro can chop Storm Spirit if he gets a hold of him.
If you go Diffusal Blade plus the mana break talent, he mana burns more than an anti-mage, which is like
ridiculous.
The mana burnt hero in the game, you know?
And Necro can hold Storm in place, even if they don't kill him with the Reaper Scythe, because Reaper Scythe just locks the guy down.
Yeah, it's 1.4 seconds done. It's pretty nice.
Kunkka
X and I hate to say it, I actually agree with you. I like Exdee's draft more this game as well, but we'll see how it goes. Theory and practice is not the same thing.
True that, true
Dota
that.
always teaches you that lesson.
Lane prediction. Well, it's not really a prediction. So they're
just
gonna...
like who we like more in the draft.
Yeah, who we like more. Who has the prettier kitty mount, eh?
Kieran's hair wins every time.
Kieran's hair wins every time. Of course, the guy with the good hair has a good like, mount. Excessive... Look at that thing.
Look at this thing. It's a beauty.
That's fantastic.
He's got the Starfoil changing bow as well. This man's balling it on the Marana. No doubt about it.
So
Exdee gonna invade here. Probably gonna get both the ruins bottom side of the map, but the side of Hoarde and the boys, they want to go top. They want to steal this rune, but not gonna manage to do it. So it's gonna be a 3-for-1 rune trade in favor of Exdee. It looks like.
Nicely done. So we see there that disruption being used by Shadow Demon as he threw light into this ball and then spawned those two illusions that Carmiel was talking about.
Yeah, I mean,
Wonder messing up the block. So this is a technique many players use. It's called blocking the creep wave. So as you can see, like Kunkka did a better one, Cloud, sorry. And it stops the creeps from moving and it gets your wave in a much more favorable position.
Yeah, puts it close to your tower. You have more safety then because the creeps is just closer to where you want to be farming them.
It takes a bit of practice. That does take to get a good block, it does take a bit of practice.
I still don't block well.
Yeah, no, neither do I, bro. Don't you worry. I leave that for other better people.
So mid lane, very skill intensive matchup. Not the easiest matchup for Storm, even though it's a melee hero he's playing against. But I think Wanda should do okay in this lane, right?
So what makes Kunkka a very dangerous hero to lane against is his second ability, the Tidebringer. And what that does is that the cooldown there, 13, 10, 7, 4. We see the little, what would you call that? The little numbers at the bottom of the tile there, that is the cooldown, and as you level it up, the cooldown lowers. But what Tidebringer does is that when he right-clicks a creep, or attacks it, it sends out this splash wave that does damage to everyone standing behind him. So he did it just there.
Yeah, he used it there to secure the range creep, and what a lot of Kunkka players are doing nowadays is you don't even use it like to hit your enemy's creeps. You get the extra damage, and you just deny creeps. Like 25 bonus damage on a hero with 60 base damage is insane, and you just deny everything in the wave. Give yourself such a big advantage, but looks like the side of Nibble Hoarde is off to a better start this game, getting the first blood here.
Yeah, drop dead. Very nice hero from just aggressive Wraith King. Basically, we say you can play this hero with a joystick.
You know, to be fair, this hero used to be a one-button hero. Only had a stun. Now
they added all this other stuff in.
Now he can summon skeletons with his crit. He can toggle his
life steal. Life steal is when you hit things and you regain life.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, and he spawns skeletons. Well, I guess he is an undying sort of lord. He is the Wraith King.
For sure. The Wraith King. He used to be known as Skeleton King. Now that he actually has skeletons and he commands them, he's not Skeleton King.
They just had to bring it back. They were like, oh, sorry guys, there we go, mid lane.
Mid lane rotation there from the support. They're going to bring down David. Or Wanda rather, on the Storm Spirit.
Oh, and the tip's coming out already, huh?
Oh, that's some next level PM, man. Hey, when support rotated, you can't really tip, but I don't think.
Teeping in.
Oh, Hoarde taking a decent. He's not doing too badly actually. CS is tied up with the Kunkka. It's just unfortunate getting ganked there.
Could we actually bring Hoarde in and just have a chat with him?
Hoarde making the rotation there, but let's see what he has to say about that.
Hoarde?
What's up?
How are you doing, man? So, what's your call? Because obviously it's going to be a tough lane for Wanda mid. So, are you going to sit there for most of the time, or what's your play?
It's pretty much sacked lane if things go sideways. The Storm can rotate into jungle and just catch up that way. But I'm not particularly worried about the Storm lane. My biggest concern is worrying about this Necro. Because the Necro can easily snowball and get out of control.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I had to TP mid, which is not ideal. But yeah, I'm primarily going to be focused on this top lane. Fortunately, our bottom lane is doing pretty well.
They are doing very well, and I will say your boy Wanda
is a pretty good call. So
he is, he definitely is. And I'll say Wanda's doing okay, mid, even without your help. Okay, if he doesn't get ganked, he'll be alright. So some inside information there.
Anyway, thank you very much. You can go back to your team and
cheers, guys.
Shout at them.
Best of luck against the Necro, man. Nobody likes playing against Necro.
No, no one does.
Broken hero.
Ever. He has his passive ability. What's it called?
Heart Stopper
Aura. Literally. It slowly takes your health away just by standing close to him. It's absolutely ridiculous, I think.
I hate it.
I hate it as well.
I play Necro a lot in my ranked games, though, I'm not gonna lie.
Because he wins.
MMR is important to a person.
He definitely wins games.
You see Wanda gonna get caught out here again. The rotation from Dumadi, they're trying to burst on the Storm. Can drop off a couple of remnants, but his fate should be inevitable. They're Cloud gonna pick up his second kill in this mid lane on the Conquer. Now he gets up for X. Can they bring on Bolter Pro as well? The Torrent comes out as well. Does Dumani have any spells to add to this? But I don't think he does. And Cloud might just get wailed on here. Can they bring down the Kunka? One more hit should do the trick. Oh, he pops off a stick and he's going to get a double kill mid. Cloud styling right now. But bottom lane, the action doesn't stop. A third kill for the Wraith King in this game. Just 4 minutes in.
And Hudson actually killed the Necro.
What?
Filthy stuff.
So the captain comes in, he tells us he's going to deal with this Necro lane, and that's exactly what he does, man.
There you go, doing his stuff.
Oh, man.
Getting the kills. I'm concerned. I mean, I guess, yeah, they're happy to sack Storm, because Storm can come catch back up, hit the jungle or something.
Oh, Drop Dead might be in trouble here. He's got 2 stick charges, but is it enough to keep him alive? It actually will keep him alive. The bounty runes do spawn in. Nobody's actually went for one yet. That's quite shocking. People taking their time for the free gold on the map. But it looks like other things are happening in the lane. Levi comes back, full HP, full mana on the Necroforce. So again, not the easiest lane for anybody to deal with.
Do you want to ever talk about Silencer?
Silencer, interesting hero. You want to do the thing?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it does. So when you're to the thing, when you're silenced in this game, it means that you cannot use any of your abilities. You have no access to your abilities. So that can be a death sentence for heroes such as Weaver, who need to be mobile and use their invisibility. Oh, I think he's dead.
Oh,
yeah, he's
my gosh, the damage. This dynamic dual lane, and you know why it's really important to get lanes in a silencer. Sorry, get kills in a silencer lane. His one ability, his Glaives of Wisdom, has a passive ability to it as well. You steal intelligence. Every time you get a kill, you steal 2 points of intel from your opponent heroes.
You make them weaker and you get stronger.
Yeah, it's broken.
It's
in some games. In the other games, it's like, yeah, one of those skills, but like, look at Weaver. Losing intel, becoming dumber and dumber.
Just dumber and dumber. So Silencer's ultimate ability is Global Silence, which...
What an ability.
It's very cool.
Self-explanatory, right?
It's self-explanatory. It silences every enemy hero on the map. On the whole map. Like, you don't have to see them. They can't do anything. Wanda, once again in trouble. Backing away, though, and Doom Bunny, quite aggressive. Hoarde TPing in, gets the Earth Spike, but I think he's just sort of, just buying time and making space here. I don't think anyone's going to die.
And now... So, like, Wanda has moved more to the jungle than into the lane. Storm's put one of the better jungling heroes for, in the mid lane, best way to catch up, because, like, he does struggle in a lot of lanes, and they're putting a lot of pressure on him. So I like that move from David, or Wanda, rather. It's harder to know the guys personally,
Yeah, no. Yeah.
But then again, SA Dota, you know everybody, right? They're all your mates, you see them at
Everyone's sleeping with each other.
Well, me and you have very different experience in SA Dota, I'll say that.
Well, I had to say it once, this is why we can't stream.
Yeah, this is why they took our rights away.
Oh, that's why DGC was the last LAN we ever did.
They were like, you will never do it again. You will never do it again.
Comic-Con dreams.
I remember they told us to stop making so many jokes. Do you remember that?
I remember one guy was complaining in the chat.
It was
talking about jokes, Doom Bunny about to get blown the hell up top. Actually, he pops the pig stick. But he still goes down.
Is he going to give us a taunt? Oh, heroes get taunts. Let's talk about
taunts.
Okay,
I figured out our cost, right? Every time Silencer gets a kill and he steals intelligence, he's stealing our intelligence as well. So the humor just slowly depreciates as the cost goes on. Yeah.
We'll eventually be on knock-knock jokes before you know it.
Who's there? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Goodness gracious me.
X marks the spot, comes out.
I can't work like this.
Xbox, the spot comes out, not gonna land onto Wanda. He manages to dodge it up. This game super tight for the moment. Kunkka, actually, Wraith King is the most farmed hero in this game. All his skills definitely paying off. He's got some skeletons, so he's putting pressure on the tower as well. So this bottom lane, definitely the star lane for the side of Nibble. He's got his level 6 as well, but he's tanking too many tower shots. He might just go down here. Does Hullabaloo want to make the dive for this, or is he a bit too scared of this Wraith King? Yeah, he's definitely too scared of the Wraith King.
This is a scary hero, though. True that. Fury working his way up the flank through the trees. I think he was hoping to get a stun off on Omen, but can't find.
He's finding elaborate ways to feed this game.
Yeah.
Not just his usual
He's
straight
trying to be
down
like,
the middle
if
lane.
I hide my feeding, they'll never know. I learned the other day you can't feed if you're AFK.
All right. Back onto track. Serious levels of cost in this game. We have hit a sort of stalemate in this game. Nobody's actually looking to make a move. Fury failed rotation top. Mid lane kind of static as well. As I say that, the Torrent's going to come out. Does he want to fully commit to this? Hearten making the rotation. They want to bring down the Kunkka. Can they burst him down? There's the Hex coming out. This would be a huge kill. The most farm hero on the map by a margin. And they're going to get it. One more hit. No, they don't. The curse is still sticking away. Is he going to bring him down? No, he doesn't. He's still going to survive.
He had 1 charge, so he's A-okay. That
He just needed 1 more overload charge and they would have brought him down. In bottom lane, the other most farm hero, the Wraith King, goes down, which is not the greatest thing for the side of Nibble. Actually, no, he just does his ultimate. Never mind.
So we said Wraith King was killed. We see his ultis on cooldown. He literally has an Aegis. He respawns on the spot.
Every 200 seconds, level 1, 120 seconds to level 2, and just 60 seconds
can
to
he get
level
the crits?
3. Oh, he does get it. Forces out the Weaver ultimate.
So crits are critical strikes.
Yep.
Right, and that they do. It varies. Yes. Yeah. It varies for some heroes. There's some abilities that let you do it, but they do a lot of damage. We saw Wraith King just whack that Weaver, and like most of his HP just disappeared.
Money going to secure one of the ruins down bottom. Up top, Neko going to get one. Might just get both of them. A good trade for the side of Exdee in that regard for the bounty ruins. In mid lane, Cloud's got a DD. Probably going to bring down this tower here. 1 more hit should do the trick. Is he going to get it though?
Fortification.
1 more hit.
Fortification, when your towers glow like that and your creeps glow like that, it is a ability that the whole team can use once the cooldown varies. We won't get into that, but it makes your towers and your buildings and your creeps invulnerable for about 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Yeah.
It is 5 seconds indeed.
So quite useful for when you're trying to defend an objective. There's actually a lot of variables in this game that can assist you.
For sure. And now a new thing. So the Glyph of Fortification works in your creep waves as well. So what a lot of mid players do is they like bait their own range creeps, pop up the Glyph, make somebody commit their spells for it, and they just get that little advantage. And we see X-Mouse getting used, the boat coming through as well. Kind of burst on Hoarde, and Hoarde taking an insane amount of damage. And there comes the Reaper side, going to get blown up. Oh man, that's an unhappy Lion. But on the bright side, he didn't die to the actual site, so he doesn't have that added respawn timer. And bottom lane, the action doesn't want to stop. The arrow just going to miss, unfortunately. Drop dead, getting slowed up by the Shadow Demon. He's going to TP back home, but Omen, he still wants more. He's going to chase. Can he bring on Fury? A couple more hits. Sorry, Doom Bunny rather. But Omen, he's going to get X'd up. The Torrent is there as well. So much damage coming up from this Kunkka. He has 1 more leap charge. Is it enough to keep him alive? He kills the bug. Just 55 HP he's sitting on. Can Hullabaloo find this Marana? Marana doesn't have a TP, unfortunately. Omen, he's going to run back up. Can he make it out? Hullabaloo going to chase him to the ends of the earth. 1 more tick should do the trick. And there we go. They bring down the Marana.
I think Omen just gave up there.
And Volta Pro going to get caught as well.
That's
a double kill for the Weaver.
That's not what you want.
It's unfortunate. It was close. If they got the arrow or something off there, that fight could have been a bit different. But the big difference in this game as opposed to the last game is that like Wanda's playing the static farmer this game. Like yes, Lina farms a lot, but she as I say that, the finger comes out from Hearten and they blow that Weaver the hell up.
Yeah. So Lion's ultimate, like Lina's in the last game, is this giant finger of death. You figure that one out. It kills things. It kills things.
It has a longer cooldown than Lina's one, but it does a little bit more damage.
A Kunkka just wrecked him. I saw that you had him on him and his HP was just going dum 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 dum.
Damn. Cloud having a very good game so far. 5-0 and 2 on the Kunkka. Involved in 7 of his team's 11 kills.
Wow.
Some still trying to catch up here, trying to work towards that Kaya, just a recipe away. So once he has that a bit more mobile on the map, I guess, can make it, has a little more room to wiggle with when he's making plays, I would say, with the Kaya.
No, he's good. We saw Cloud pick it up last game and just gave him that boost early on.
Like
roaming around the map.
Stock standard item on Stormsword at the moment. I think Kaya, like when he got bored in the game, was super popular. It took a little bit of a nerf and then like nobody bought it anymore. But then, like at the moment, Stormsword is like the sole guy who's like, I want a Kaya every game.
Can we bring who's playing Necro actually?
You want to speak to a Necro player?
Yeah, I want to speak to a Necro player.
Maybe just swearing in Russian like all the other toxic Necro players.
Bring in Levi.
Levi. He's got a hood completed.
Hello?
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
You okay? You're playing Necro, is that a...
Yeah.
You don't sound too happy.
I mean, to be honest, I can't do anything right now.
Yeah? Well, what are you waiting for?
Blink Dagger.
Blink Dagger. Blink Dagger.
Like the game's, I feel like the game's kind of way too fast paced.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of death, there's a lot of killing, but I see you got Cloud at least, he's giving you the space to get
this
that.
This is the game you farm, Levi. This game I want to see that 200 CS at 20 minutes, come out with that radiance and stuff, and you can just wreck kids. And
fancy footwork from Cloud.
He's coming in, can he get off a sight on anybody? Oh, the global silence timed very well. Can he make Hoarde get out? He does actually give him the opportunity, but the Reaper side comes on. Congrats, Mr. Levi. Oh no!
Bad,
I think you're dead, bro. It's just a feeling.
Oh. Did we cast the custom
no,
again?
No. He was dead there, bro.
Yeah, that's not our
nothing
fault
to do with us,
dude. Bad luck, Kobe. Better luck next time.
Yeah, we'll chat to you later.
Yeah.
Sure, cheers.
Necro players. They always think they're so cool.
No,
walk into
like,
3 players.
Yeah, just like, I think you're stronger than you are, bro. Yeah. Did he even get the kill on the line? No.
Nah, he didn't. Level 1 Reaper sight doesn't do that much damage.
How's the threshold work here?
60
damage per missing HP. 0 points. Yeah, it's not a lot at all. Sure. Actually,
Hoarde trying to make the play. Can they burst on the Kunkka? One more hit. There's the arrow as well, and they get the biggest kill on the map. 5 kill streak going towards the Race King, and now, as you can see, dropped it in Cloud. Just 200 goals separating the lads.
And Wonder just picked up that Kaya, so
looks like they want to fight top. Lion gonna TP in. Can they get a stun off? The silence is there on the Weaver. They might be able to burst him out. Wonder gonna support. They get the pull as well, and that's a dead hullabaloo. Nice kill going the way of the Storm Spirit there.
Great communication there from the team. Just chaining those stuns, making sure Weaver cannot get his ultimate off, which takes him back 4 seconds, so he regains all that HP if he was missing any. And yeah, just keeping him in place. Good stuff.
Talking about heroes that can do things, the Straight King does have a Blink Dagger now, going to be just 1 level off his level 2 ulti, which is also a huge power spike. It reduces the cooldown by a whole minute. So Drop Dead, he's going to be in great fighting shape very, very shortly. He's actually sitting on 2k gold. He could go Radiance this game.
He could.
Comfortably. Show his carry play how it's done.
Yeah, he's going to show him. Can we bring in Drop Dead? Actually, should we ask him if he's
going to I don't. If you want to distract him, you know we're going to
No, he won't. He has another. Oh, he doesn't have another life. I'll bring him in, man.
All right, bring him in. If he dies, it's not our fault.
Drop Dead.
Hi guys, how's it?
Hey, how's it, man? So, is Radiance in your thoughts?
Definitely.
Hey, yeah, you're in a good position right now, my man.
With the Undead King, everything is in my thoughts, man.
Oh, you're having a good game so far. 7 out of the 12 kills for your team. You are slaying, my bro. Keep it up, my man.
Thanks, guys.
Sure, thank you very much, man.
Good luck. And if you get the Radiance, you must be sure to cheer up Omen about it, huh?
Yeah, tell him to get that before Vlad's in a blade mail. But go join your team with the smoke, bro.
Cool, guys.
Cool, cheers.
So the smoke is there. Who can they find? Hullabaloo hiding here in the opposite end of the trees. He wants that Radiance.
He wants it.
He knows he wants
He's like,
that
I'm
Radiance.
hitting creeps. I am farming. And both teams, like, Storm zipping in. I think he knew. No, he was farming. Ooh. They know he's there. They know Hullabaloo's there.
They 5 heroes gather around. If they find Weaver, the arrow just missed. Can they get off the silence though? Gonna pop the ultimate there.
There we go, time lapse.
Gonna get off a nice debuff. They do have global silence. I don't think they want to commit this, but 1 kill and there's the big zip from Wonder. The global silence does come on just to secure that kill. Maybe a bit overkill.
Maybe a bit, but they don't. We've seen they're not scared to drop these, eh? Hullabaloo tips Wonder. But well played. He wondered, like, that was a complete guess.
Yeah,
he went.
A good guess.
100% guess. Accurate guess.
Tower does cost them the tier 2 tower, making the play, but they do get a swap up on Fury. Fury actually tried to aggressive swap, but he might pay the price for that. Dropped it, gets off a nice stun. Can they finish off the Vengeful Spirit there? And they do indeed. Classic Fury feed. Bring Fury in for us, Mr. Producer. We want to know what he was thinking with that swap.
What was the last thought going through your head?
Furry? Furry.
Yeah,
you know, it's important to communicate with your team when you're gonna swap defeat, you know?
I'm like, Cloud, listen here, dude. I'm gonna swap, we're gonna turn this fight. I swap, and then Cloud's like, listen here, buddy. We can
he's like, I'm out there.
You're right, Cloud. And then, like, yeah.
Like, so what was the last thought going through your head?
I fucked up.
You know what, Fury, will give you the credit here. You were making the big dick play, you know?
Yeah, dude. You were out there. Anyway, man.
Happens to the best of us. Cheerio. Best of luck for the next feed, you know, Fury.
Thanks, dude.
Cheerio, sir. Cheerio. Got a bit of profane there on the stream.
Oh, he's having it, bro. He's having it. Having a good time. But this hero has been picked up a lot in the international.
The Vengeful Spirit, man oh man. So it's been like a sleeper hero ignored for so long in the middle, but buff, little buff here, little buff there, little buff here, little buff there, and it just becomes this indomitable force. Everybody just wants him. It's such a strong hero right now, and that Vengeful Illusion when somebody dies, it's just so funny.
No, it's ridiculous.
But it's actually broken.
It is broken. Like, you're getting killed by something that's dead.
You want to know an insane mechanic? So when Wraith King buys an Ags, right, you know it summons those illusions. But the Venge illusion still goes, so you can have like 100 illusions just like charging
so the illusion
at people.
makes illusions.
Yeah.
Oh, that is no.
So it's pretty cool.
How's that okay?
The Ice Frog knows all. You don't question him.
Yeah, for those of you who do like games that aren't static, I guess that are constantly changing, Ice Frog, who is the Dota 2 developer, he releases an update, a new patch every 2 weeks. So yeah, you'll never have Dota never stays the same. That's why I think it's such a popular game.
Always evolving, always changing. And things that are changing in this game. Hullabaloo's life status, he's gonna get brought down. There's the figure coming out right at the last second from Hoarde. That's a feels good, man. 4-3-8-3 on the Lion right now.
That was, yeah, I was worried.
That was necessary.
They needed to commit the finger there,
yeah.
He was literally a split second away from getting a time lapse off. So well played by Hoarde and good decision making.
And this game, like the last one in the series, is so closely contested. Nibble looking very good in this game, I must say. But the one thorn in their side is definitely this man on the Kunkka.
Armlet, drums, Quelling Blade.
Quelling Blade. The important things, you know?
He is
1,000 goal off the BKB, drop dead. He's going to blink and get off the stun onto Doom, but he can burst him down in time. The global stance comes out, followed with the arrow. They're going to burst down the Shadow Demon. Can they get more though? It's a big commitment, but it's a kill in the end.
Not afraid to throw out these ultimates, Nibble.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, it looks like, oh, why are you using global silence for one support? But if a fight breaks out, that's huge, right? That's a huge global silence.
It stops the fight from breaking out.
Yeah. Just get that one pick off and on your merry way. And let's see how far our man is from his Radiance.
Sure, he's close.
500 gold, 20 minutes blink Radiance timing on an off-lane Wraith
Drop
King.
Dead is getting big.
This is the ice level plays right now.
He is getting enormous.
Might be in trouble. Top Fury looking for the swap here. Levi rather has the Reaper Sight as well. They don't want to commit it just for his ulti Bolter Pro. Year 2. They force out the blink. Now, quick reactions from Levi there.
TPs
by the mini.
Bolter Pro.
Oh, Dumani gets off the ultimate, but the Moonlight Shadow is there to keep Bolter Pro alive for the moment. And dropped it. He's a man. He just jumps back in. He wants to get a stun on somebody. He's going to bait something. The Reaper Sight does come out. He's going to burst.
For the Ravage!
Son, what is going on right now? Hoarde popping the hell up. Now, the boat coming through as well. It's going to hit on gets just 2 heroes. In fact, that's a huge play from Cloud. So, despite the Hoarde Ravage, couple of heroes still going to drop from Nibble. He gets another good stun.
He's got a blink dagger. Hoarde at 21 minutes. The position 5 Lion has a blink dagger.
What a player, what a player. I'm surprised that fight didn't go better for Nibble after the stun.
4-man stun. It just lined up. I think Omen's he doesn't have leap, does he?
No, he doesn't. He's dead. Feels bad, man.
It was bad. Well played. 3 times killing spree ended.
I think Heart and Soul just got crushed.
Yeah, he's like, guys, how did we not win that?
It was so close. I think the big play there was Kunkka coming in and he got off his ship over all those heroes, right? Get that Coco Bum rocks in. Coco Bum. Jeez. Coco's rum buff to make everybody over tankier there.
Like when
No comment. No comment.
Okay, so
mistakes happen. Oh, Wonder, that's a risky TP. He's gonna get boarded there. He gets up the User just in time and now dropped it. He jumps forward. There's the big zip from Wonder. The global silence is there this time. Can they bring down these heroes? They find the Vengeful Spirit. He's gonna go down. One more hit should do the trick. And they're gonna find Levi here as well. One more. Right click from drop dead. Radiance going to work. Now Hullabaloo getting caught as well, but they don't have the lockdown frame. So global silence committed. They do get 2 big kills though.
So that giant shark you saw like crash into the screen, that is Kunkka's ultimate, the ghost ship. And that is a cosmetic change. Obviously, it is a ship standard.
It used to be a ship.
Used to be a ship, but now it's a shark. It's a giant shark. It's pretty cool. But what that does is that any ally hero it touches, it lets them. It's not resist damage. It's just it delays the damage.
Yeah, but you can't die to it. So if you take 2,000 damage on Coco's Rum, it's like you can still survive.
Drop dead. He doesn't have his ultimate.
Oh, 7 seconds before he has that, and now Cloud is going to bring him down. That's a greedy play, and that's a huge streak going towards the Kunkka.
He did use a 10-second BKB though.
That is quite a big commitment. They're going to get a swap back on Balta Pro as well. Another kill going the way of Exdee. So snowballing a little is Mr. Cloud. 8-1-4 on the Kunkka.
How much? Yeah, he's once again he's starting to look scary. And we saw last game when Cloud gets the next level play.
Cloud is a man who uses his advantages to the absolute best.
No, he's very cool. Wanda's still struggling. I really he's
not too far behind.
He's
only
farming
1,000 gold behind Cloud. He's going to go for that Orchid up next. He has the Yules up there as well as the Kai. Once he has that, he can solo kill the Weaver. Did he go for? Actually, no. Weaver went for a Lincoln this game, so not the easiest hero to kill.
Go for the Kunkka.
The Kunkka?
He can BKB, force-sided BKB. Maybe zip in, Orchid BKB, zip out.
For sure. Just burst on somebody. He can pick off these supports. These guys are just food for him with the Orchid. Once he has
There's a lot of silence on this Nibble team.
For sure.
A lot of silence. It's Exdee making quite an aggressive move into Dire's top jungle, just farming up.
I think the one big advantage for the side of Exdee is just the sheer amount of towers they have. They have both the tier 1, tier 2 mid, and same thing top. Both tier 1 and tier 2. Whereas Nibble, they're struggling to push down the buildings this game. Despite having this Wraith King with all these skeletons, it's not been an easy task.
Not at all. Not at all. But Radiant's up for drop dead. He had it for a while though. When did he actually?
Yeah, he had it for the last fight when they got the double.
So pretty cool. He's happy, man. He's happy. But how would you deal with the Kunkka? I mean, what are the items that you actually need to? It's not locked down. You need it. Ooh.
Maybe this is the answer. You just jump forward, try burst on the bench. Global silence comes on as well. Can they follow this up? Hoarde, he's gonna zip forward, trying to burst on Cloud. Can they get him during the silence duration? He hasn't got a PKB just yet. Now it comes on. Hullabaloo running through the field. The boat's gonna come on. He's just on drop dead, so that's fine. They're okay with that. Hullabaloo gonna bring down Hearten. The finger of death comes up, but not gonna bring down the Necro Force. Unfortunately, Necro still gonna be healing up. Can he still have his sight? He does. Is he gonna drop it in Balta Pro? Gonna save it for a core rather. And actually, Kunkka, he catches Wanda here. Wanda, a couple of more hits, shoot the trick. Hullabaloo bring it down. No, he didn't get the last one pick up, but finally, in the end, gonna bring down the Storm Spirit. This is huge for the side of Exdee. There's the Reaper side as well. Double for Levi, and that's 4 heroes wiped off the face of the map.
As soon as Kunkka gets that BKB off, it's just impossible, almost impossible for Hoarde to actually stop him. I mean,
he's such a tanky hero to bring down, man. He's got like 2.5k HP without his armlet even on. That's disregarding his BKB. It's insane how tanky Cloud is.
Yeah, the only real damage on Hoarde's side is the Wraith with a right click. That's about it. Everything else needs. I mean, even
it's like all magic
Spirit,
damage.
Yeah, magic damage.
Morana went for the Maelstrom.
Yeah, she can do it, but to get through 2k HP, and look at that, Exdee just going straight up the high ground.
Not bothering with Roche or anything like that this game. They want the base. Can they get a tier 3 exposed? The shrines is the question. They're a bit hesitant. Just sieging here with this wagon. Hullabaloo, Lincoln's going to get broken there. But it doesn't look like Exdee want to commit too hard for this. Morana still is there for 25 seconds without a buyback, but they're going to back out now. They do have double minus armor, like we spoke about in the drop for the Roshan though.
I think that'll be their. Yeah, it looks like it'll be their next objective. So, very common practice before a team moves into
Nibble
Roche.
has to know though.
They must. Well, they don't have any vision there.
I mean, just game intuition. They actually don't know. So that's going to be a free Roshan from the side of Exdee. This is going to be costly.
Unless Wanda wants to do a cheeky Cloud play.
Oh, is he going to slip in to try to steal
it?
He's got an arcane rune. This is the time to do it.
I think he's going to go for it.
They're gathering. They know.
They
got this. They got the smoke there. Can he get you in time?
They're waiting for it.
He's but he gets the last hit. And now the boat comes there. He's going to hit on 2. Wanda's still trying to do his thing in the background. Can he bring down Fury? 2 heroes going to hit the deck from the side of Nibble Hoarde. The racing ulti comes out as well. Lots of heroes dropping pretty low here, but Wanda, he's going to get the zip away. He'll be fine for now, but dropped it. He's caught between 4 heroes. He's going to go down. Ooh, that could have been
insane. But I guess, Hoarde did kill Roshan, but it's really
what you lost.
For what you lost, it's not really that worth.
And this Wraith King, since getting his radiance, he's just been dying 2 fights in a row now. Not the greatest situation for drop dead, being as farmed as he is.
He probably needs the Black King bar as well.
Yeah, once the BKB start coming out, maybe Nibble will be in a much better position to fight.
Once again, Exdee, balls to the wall, going up the high ground.
Yeah, and this is the time to do it. If they can force out a buyback from the Wraith King, it will be pretty huge. Back to protection is here for a moment, but it's going to get cancelled out now with the creeps coming into the base. And Wanda.
How do they stop this?
I don't know, they just need to spam out as best as they can. They need to pick off one of these heroes. Necro going for Radiance as well. The stun is there. Oh my god, Scythe coming in there. Blow up Hearten. He's dead for 90 seconds. The arrow going to come through here on Cloud, but is it really enough? I don't think so. And this might be the first lane of racks. Going to go down just 28 minutes into this game.
20 minutes. This is quick. This is very quick.
No doubt about it. Dropped
momentum.
his back up. He's got his radiance.
No ulti though.
He's blinked again in a second. Can he blink and find somebody? He wants to jump onto Levi. The global silence is there. But where's Wonder? Where's the zip from the Storm Spirit? We need it. There we go. He gets it. They find Fury. They get Levi here as well. Can they burst him down in time? This would be a big kill for the same from Zuba. But he with the disruption keeping him his core alive. But Wonder, he's going to get caught now as well. He gets brought down. No buyback for the Storm. Hullabaloo still running amok here in the Exdee base. That's 3 heroes. Sorry, Nibble base rather. Gonna hit the deck.
I think this is a tricky spot. This is probably going to be another Rax as well. The lanes aren't pushed in, but they don't need it as long as the creeps from one of the lanes have moved into the base. Then the towers are available to be hit.
They don't have the fastest push ever, but when nobody's alive to contest this, the buildings are going to go down eventually.
And Cook is just so tanky. He can take tower damage any day.
Yeah, dude. 2.5k HP. Got the
I think did he take the regen talent? Is that still a thing?
Yeah, 10 HP regen at 15. Balanced hero.
Very balanced. And yeah, Drop Dead just. He's got to watch.
As his 2 Raxes down, just 29 minutes in the game, pre-30-minute mark. Nibble, they were feeling good about this game at some stage, but at this point, it's looking really rough for them. And unlike the last game, they don't have that Spectre, you know, they don't have that super
nothing to fall back on.
Yeah. I mean, they have a Storm Spirit, which is like huge, but it's not the easiest game for him. Like we said in the past, he's got Reaper Sight to deal with, he's got the stun from the Venge.
Kunkka X, everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll probably discuss. I'd like to discuss that Storm pick at after the game probably. Not too sure how that's.
You want to flame the drafting again?
No, I don't want to flame the draft. I'm sure there was an idea behind it, and it just didn't seem to go according to plan.
I think I don't know really what to say. I think the side of Exdee are playing well. Cloud is popping off on the Kunkka, to say the least. Who has a heart now as well. And Fury, I think he has the sentry ward down. He scouts all these movements. They're gonna jump. They're gonna try and make the move. They burst on Levi, so it is a decent fight to start off here for Nibble. To get a big kill. There's a big zip from Storm. Can he get the pulse there? He does get Fury as well. This is a nice way to stay in the game. And Cloud, he's actually caught by himself. Actually, Hullabaloo's here with him as well. So the 3v4 fight can decide on
he's tanky.
Exdee do it. No, they can't. Cloud eventually going to go down in this game. And that's a huge streak going the way of Storm. All right, that's the way back in the game.
There we go. That was a huge net worth swing. I think so.
Let's look at the fight recap. 3,000 gold and almost 7,000 experience, Captain Von Black.
That is big. That's game changing. It's small fights like that. Now, Hoarde not out of this.
And I don't know how that fight went so bad for Exdee. They had the vision down. They knew it was happening, and still they just get wiped there.
But great discipline from Hoarde. Like they ran into Venge and they kept on moving. You know, under the cover
I like that. You know that classic Kyle chat. We're playing to win, baby. You know, they dropped 2 Raxes, but immediately they're like, let's do something.
Cool. So. Something I wanted to ask you just now, and we saw it in use there, the Mirana ulti. So in this game, we've got the Mirana and the Weaver. So can we chat about Invisible and counters to Invis?
Captain Von Black, take it away, sir.
So, what do you look at first?
Just
Invis in general. So some heroes have an ability to go invisible, which, as the namesake says, means they cannot be seen by heroes on the enemy team. Now, as you can imagine, it's probably a very powerful spell, good for positioning. You can get behind enemy lines. There are ways to counter it though. There are sentry wards, which reveal anything invisible within a certain radius. There's something called dust that when you use it, it latches onto any invisible unit in the area and it reveals them for like, I think it's 18 seconds or 20 seconds or something. They are visible. So it's not like it's impossible to counter, but...
And in the 20 seconds you've been speaking, Captain Von Black, everything has been happening. 3 heroes hitting the deck for Exdee. And despite Nibble being 2 Raxes down, they just dropped the net worth lead to just 2k. Okay, but it's going to cost them in the end. Actually, as I say that, they get the arrow on the River. Can they burst down on the balloon? They do one more.
No, he got the time lapse.
He gets off the time lapse. That's so clutch. And now Omen, he's going to pay the price for it. That's such a feels bad, man. That was almost the perfect fight for Nibble, but just in the end.
Can we have a chat with Doom Bunny?
Ooh.
See what he's up to. I think we've already talked to him so far.
He wasn't here yesterday.
Doom Bunny.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks, and you?
That was very formal. I'd take you to see my parents, bro.
I'd like to meet them.
Just a nice guy.
You want to ask him anything about the game, or are you asking him for a date here, Captain Von Black?
Bro, like, I don't know what my parents have to do with the game, but okay. But anyway, how are you finding this so far? There was quite a... These last 2 fights have been a bit, you know, Hoarde have sort of swung back momentum.
I mean, I think we got this game. Honestly, I'm pretty confident. We're balling. We're having a bit of fun.
Who's boarding?
You know?
You are boarding.
We're all boarding. We want to make it a bit more interesting for the fans, you know.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright. Concentrate on this next fight. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
No problem.
There we go. Both coming through. Is it going to land? He's going to just hit on drop dead, and he's fine. He's the Wraith King, but the back lines, Hullabaloo, one more hit. They're going to bring him down. That's huge. Wraith King ultimate going to go down, but that's just his ulti. It's his first time. The Reaper side going to come down. He's going to bring down Wonder. That's so bad for Hoarde. But in the end, it's just a 2-for-1 trade. Can they get this Necroforce? The Spirit Vessel ticking away. Drop dead, trying to man fight up. But there's the damage from Cloud. Gonna clean up that Wraith King. And that's 4 heroes hitting the deck. So Mr. Doommoney wasn't lying when he said he's just gonna style on them now, hey?
And that the sustain coming out from this Necroforce it's just impossible to stop.
With the Vessel, man, this hero is just so tough to deal with.
And buyback-wise, I actually...
Only the Wraith King, and he doesn't even have his ultimate. What is he going to do, man, against the world? And this
I think
could be the last lane of racks. The Mega Creeps will be secured here at the very least.
Yeah, Exdee Doom Bunny said it, eh?
Yeah.
He literally said it just before
we like, yeah, the comeback's happening 3 seconds later. Done.
And now they're doing shenanigans in the fountain.
He's doing his thing. Fury looking for a swap here.
So we can show you why you don't usually walk in the fountain if these guys will do it. You'll see why. You'll see why. There's a giant machine gun cannon.
Oh my, Cloud doesn't care. He's walking in, he's got a heart.
Hearten's dead.
Maybe that's not a good example because they just like...
Yeah, they didn't take any damage. Global silence, bolt to
can't buy that target. Okay, this is probably the next game. They're just wiping people in the base. This is actually ridiculous. They literally team fighting in the base right now.
They're killing everyone.
Hullabaloo. GG boys.
But why? But why?
He had quite a rough game with the Mirana this game. I think Wraith King was more like the core at the end of that. But Man Exdee really showed up in this game. Cloud on the Kunkka. MVP for this game?
Yeah, I'll say Cloud. Also go with Cloud. Not just because he's a core, but he did play incredibly well.
He did.
Made a lot of space for his team. And, well, I think that's all from our side today.
I mean, yeah, I've got a question for you guys.
Oh, no, it's not all ours.
So Kelly's asking in the comments, first of all, my favorite hero and your guys' favorite heroes. So we can chat about yours first. I'll tell you mine afterwards.
You want to hit it up?
Favorite hero to play?
Lone Druid for sure, you know? Just a man and his bear. Admiral Bulldog plays it. That's my jam, Kelly. That's my jam.
Forest, you know, the whole work. Well, mine's a Bat Rider. So I like flame and burning things.
Pyromaniac.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit
Not
of Pyromaniac.
My favorite hero is actually Phoenix. Though I was put off from playing it when I played in a team with Drop Dead, and I watched him play, and I was like...
And you're like, he's a bit better.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Just took the gusto out.
He's Phoenix got respect ban game 2. First phase, first ban, just taken on. He played like a monster on that.
That's a great feeling when you get respect banned in the second game.
So, I mean, his Wraith King this game was fantastic. This guy was on a farming mission. I'm actually not too sure what happened after he got that Rads. It just seemed to...
I honestly think just Cloud on the Kunkka, there was no answer to deal with him. I think that like they were like, okay, this Kunkka is so much, we have to deal with him. But like when you're trying to burst down Kunkka and you have a Necro who also requires to be bursted down, it's like super hard position to be in, right? I never heard that. I think in the end he just ran out of answers.
Okay, we're gonna pull the captains in and have a chat. Are we having them both at the same time?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay,
yeah,
let's bring them both in and have a chat. So Cloud and Hoarde.
I think they'll be well behaved.
We're like, oh, at least one is not a captain, then you know it's a
Come on, lady, I'll let them join in.
Hoarde and Cloud.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up? Hello.
Anyway, well played to both of you.
Yeah,
that last
handshake.
game was up and down. Jeez, the middle of the game there was swinging back and forth like crazy. But I mean, Hoarde, what was the? Where would I just want to know how to like. Obviously, there's a plan you had with the Storm Spirit. We saw it getting picked, and we were both wondering where it fit into the draft.
Well, it was more like the kind of late gaming option, but I don't know. Can't really say. It was more. I wanted to just ask for it, so we thought it was pretty well.
Gotta trust your mid player, you know.
Yeah, you gotta listen to the boy.
As well as we hoped.
Cloud, it's fair to say you enjoyed yourself on the Kunkka, but at the end of the day, I'm still a bit disappointed. By the end of that game, you had no rapiers, so what's going on, my friend?
I just had to frontline to win that game. Like, sometimes you have to play the non-fun role to win games.
Oh, yeah, going 14-3 and 16, that's not that great, you know.
It's not fun. I was 5k HP, dude, with both rounds.
That was ridiculous, dude. Like, you were sitting taking towers, and it was like, okay, well, that's fine. Like, that's okay. That's not broken.
Yeah,
that's all right, dude. Anyway, we loved the banter between the two teams tonight. I think that was excellent.
Oh, Lakad Martag. Best thing ever. The tips were flying.
I'm just a bit poor. The only thing I have is 2 tips left, so I could only throw 2 tips in every game, and also have no all chat wheels, so it's a bit weird.
Oh. Hey, what are your tips for? Sorry, lol. what is some advice you have for remaining calm and playing the? I mean, both you guys play for teams at quite at a competitive level, and I'm sure it gets quite heated at times, especially when competitions on the line or major stakes tournaments or whatnot. So, I mean, is there any tips to have to keeping calm? Hoarde, let's start with you.
I think the biggest thing is taking every game just with a grain of salt. I mean, honestly, the biggest thing that you can do in Dota is tilt yourself. There's something that we call competitive anxiety. Competitive insanity. That's the word. Where people, after a long time, you just get so frustrated with teammates and people not performing, especially if you're playing solo ranked, and you take that attitude and you take it into these games with that positive mind, that every game, take each game as it is, and you don't take that game into the next game. Yeah,
Cloud?
I don't know, man. I just play a lot of Dota.
I can tell you, Cloud is not a PMA player. He tells he rages. He carries his team, but PMA, you gotta work on that, huh, fam?
There's a difference between competitive setting though and ranked for me. Like in ranked, I can lose it, man. Holy hell!
Can confirm.
Two very different approaches.
But in competitive game, I've got the vet looking over me, and if I say something wrong, I'll get slapped.
Well, that is a very, very strong way to stop. To behave.
It's easy not to tilt when your face is gonna get tilted.
No, but I'm just joking on that point. The vet really helps calm me down. I think I'm quite I was very young when I came into Exdee, for example, and
the vet's your manager, coach.
The owner.
But he's
he'll get angry if you say manager.
Is it? He doesn't like
he's just a manager, man. He's a water boy.
Camille's brave when he's sitting this side of the world.
Yeah. I gotta watch him for the next LAN, huh? Just duck and hide now.
Wait,
you gotta hide.
What are your boys' upcoming tournaments? Any games we should look forward to?
Us as XD, we're gonna be competing at Comic-Con for the Masters League, where we'll be playing the top 8 teams in the country.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll see you there. I know the two of us will be there.
But not in the Masters.
Playing for DGC, sir?
Yes, we also at Comic Con for DGC.
Nice. So good luck to both of you guys. Thank you for giving us your time and well played in the game, sirs.
Yeah, it was fun.
Pass on to your team, say well done to them.
Fasting for us, guys. It was amazing.
Absolute pleasure, lads.
Always fun.
Yeah, before we say cheers to the captains, I just want to say from the 404 side, a huge thank you to you guys for joining us tonight, making your teams available. It was fantastic. We had a great time. And the fans, you guys don't know this, but the fans were commenting the whole time. So overall, I think it was a very successful stream, and we couldn't have done it without you guys. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Same to you.
Pleasure.
Fantastic.
All right. Well, cheers. Good night, guys.
Cheerio.
Cheers.
Cool. Any closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts? Green heroes suck.
Green heroes suck. There we go. Green heroes suck. You hit it on the head.
Fair enough. We'll end it on that one. Guys, KC, Captain from Black, thank you so much for joining us as well. You guys were fantastic. I personally really enjoyed the stream. I know I've had comments from the guys in the background that they've learned a lot about Dota, which is saying something. If you've ever seen them play Dota.
There's always hope.
That's what we're going to try to do, you know?
I don't know. In this case, I'm not so sure. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. It really was fantastic having you on the stream, and we look forward to working with you guys in future as well.
Oh, thank you for
Absolute pleasure. We had a lot of fun time. Myself and Captain from Black, always good to cast together, brother. Good stuff. But yeah, it was a fun one. Thank you everybody for tuning in for it's just been a great evening, man.
Fantastic.
Time to go watch TI now though.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna I gotta go to bed, bro.
Feels bad.
I'm old now.
Cool. Well, thank you also to everyone who tuned in. The comments, they mean a lot. It was great to have the interaction that we had on social media. So we will be here at the 404 once again next week, Thursday, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. We won't be playing Dota, we'll be playing something else. But please tune in next week. We'd love to see you there. Thank you very much, everyone. Good night.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.